What's up, everyone? Welcome to Rookies and Rulebooks, Session 4. Quick programming note for everyone. Moving forward, we're slowly transitioning off of Twitch. Twitch is going to stick around for my live stream, stuff I do with Zach, stuff I do with David, stuff I do with a bunch of other folks. But as far as Rookies and Rulebooks go, it will probably the next couple times stay on Twitch, but for the future, it's going to be over on YouTube for a couple reasons. Branding reasons and consistency reasons, and just having everyone in one spot with that unified branding and that unified stream. And honestly, just YouTube is better for the creator than Twitch. We want to get everyone over there, so... also, we are missing David tonight, so stay tuned. There will be a special kind of short mini solo episode with David to fill in that gap, but David is not with us tonight, so we just have our normal crew. Let's roll this wonderful intro video, and then we will see you guys on the other side. Well, can I just say real quick, we've had an army of bots retweet all of our stuff today.
Oh yeah, we have.
Yes.
Oh, like actual bots or like?
Yeah.
Oh,
This our post for tonight's episode has 28 reposts and 110 likes, which is not our normal reach. I wish it was.
Why did that be nice? What is the benefit? Do they repost so more people see it, and then they can spam like comments with ads and stuff?
I think they repost.
What is the game plan?
Well, typical Twitter user would be, someone reposted my thing, I should follow them. No, I'm not going to follow Becky and Joffrey and Tina and Nathan and Kim and Crystal and Jen, and they're all one-word names, and they're all the same.
You heard it here first, folks. Sean will not
follow you.
He's not going to follow you if you follow us on social. Really weird sales pitch for a burgeoning channel, but we'll see if it works out.
But anyways, hey, let's go around. Why don't we start?
Also, that cost me $5 to buy that, Sean.
To buy all those bots?
You're just gonna poo-poo on it. Yeah, to buy all those retweets. Like,
how dare you?
Geez.
It was your Christmas present.
Is that
so
how
ungrateful?
Is that how cheap it is?
For like 20 retweets, I would imagine it's more on the line of like 5 or 6 cents.
Yeah. Hey, shout out! I want to shout out to Ash in our Twitch chat, who called some people out this week and caused Captain Kirk to jump in the fray.
Oh, holy shit, Ash! I follow you on Twitter now. It's like if that was you, I was telling Sean about it earlier. Made my week. We're not going to mention any names, but God, it made my whole week. Just watching that.
Can we put Captain Kirk jumps into the fray on a T-shirt, please?
I think Ash can. I don't think we can.
Oh, jeez.
But follow
So
Ash. Follow Ash.
Thank you for your public service.
Follow Ash at the Acolyte SW on Twitter because that was a fun thing to watch this week. I avoid.
Oh man.
Normally we don't do this little hangout chat, but I've been having some tech issues back here.
There's gonna be a lot. There's a lot less David content this week, so we got to fill the time somehow.
Yeah. I know David normally is. This whole beginning is normally David talking about everything, so I have to make sure.
Right.
No,
We're lost without him, really.
Yeah, we don't. No, I'm excited. I actually am excited to do a solo stream with David, so that should be fun. But I normally avoid Star Wars Twitter after I left that space, but I still watch it, and
It's all over my FYP.
yeah.
It was so impressive because I have so many things and people blocked on Star Wars Twitter. Like it's
So do I.
it's extremely curated, and it like broke through it. So I see. It.
Yeah. Oh, it totally got around all of it. So,
Yeah.
anyways, why don't we instead of just talking, why don't we introduce ourselves? We'll start with, is that a McDonald's cup? We'll start with the McDonald's cup.
This?
It's called
Yeah.
Macca's.
Oh, sorry.
It is actually called Macca's.
I was gonna say we call it Macca's in the Underdark.
Underdark. Oh, I like that. Yes. Happy New Year's. I'm Kiwi Jess, and I play Aurelia, and I'm stealing all the almanacs, so good luck in the new year, bitches.
And I also want to point out that Jess and I just did a lovely video over on YouTube where Jess asked me some of her burning
Can't stop.
questions about Dungeons and Dragons. And
It's a phenomenal video.
you know, there's a few things that I didn't expect her to ask that she did. And it's very entertaining, and there will be more of those in the future, probably featuring other players as well. So go check that out if you haven't.
Guys, you need to start asking him some questions. I look like I don't know what I'm doing all the time.
No, you have very good questions. I shared it with a few of my DM friends, and they loved it. So, speaking of Star Wars, the man in the episode 9 beanie. What do you introduce yourself?
I got this from Star Wars Celebration. This is a Celebration exclusive, and it's falling apart.
You could've
I also
just said
increasingly,
you got that
you know,
working on the film crew.
man, I want to. I tried. My name is Zach. I play Godrick, the Leonin Warlock, who it's now canon that I'm immortal. So that's a fun fact.
I'm reading. I jumped over to YouTube chat and I was reading some
Oh,
of the
God.
insanity over there. All right.
What's going on in the YouTube chat?
Nothing. Just you know, it is what it is.
I don't have the streams pulled up. I can't do it.
Jill, go ahead and
Hello.
introduce yourself.
Oh my god.
Yes, hello. I'm Jillian. I play Daerwyn, the Shadar-Kai elf ranger. Sorry, I was getting up and walking around. I was trying to find the pens that I swore I brought into this room so I could write in my notebook, only to literally have them sitting right in front of me.
Oh, there you go.
So, I found the pens, so we're doing great.
Oh, God. Well, okay.
Sean, what are we doing today?
I am just trying to look. My computer is fighting me on every step tonight, so I am
No!
just.
Your computer is like, fuck 2023.
Yeah, my computer does not want us to run this tonight. Okay. Well, when we last left our intrepid heroes, you guys were gifted a manor house and tavern known as Troll Skull Manor, located in the North Ward of Waterdeep, this sort of upper middle class neighborhood, only to find that the manor itself is dilapidated, disheveled, and beyond the point of usefulness without some severe repair. The bones are good. You're more than happy to repair the place, but it's going to cost you. It's going to cost you somewhere in the neighborhood of, I believe it was 1,200 gold.
1,000.
Yeah.
Well, yeah, 1,000 gold for the renovations, and then there's some add-on fees and such.
Yeah, so it's 1,000 for renovations and 250 for guild fees and other payments, if I remember correctly. And you found a couple avenues for that. Mert the Moneylender, who is a sometime patron of Daerwyn, would be able to provide those funds. You're not sure that arrangement yet. The Castellanters have offered those funds as a payment. All you need to do is contact them and set up a meeting, and they will arrange.
And then some, I believe, for the Castellanters.
Yes, they are willing to give you about 3 times. 4 times what you guys need.
Right.
Over the course of completing the contract. And Vandal, who's not with us.
Can you guys hear the evil ducks outside that are terrorizing me currently? Can you hear them?
Yes.
Okay, cool. That's fine.
Okay.
If it gets louder, though, please warn me that they're coming for me because I can hear them softly.
No, but I'll tell you what. I found a wonderful. I'm sure it's a TikTok somewhere, but I'm an Instagram reel guy myself because I'm old.
That's just antique TikToks. You get to see them a month after.
Yeah, I see them later. Of a duck knocking over someone's grandmother's ashes. So,
Jerry.
That was pretty good, Jerry. Don't worry, Jess. I'll send it to you later. I'll post it in the Discord.
Man.
Finally, Vandal set up a meeting with Istrid Horn, sort of an illicit loan shark. That she offered better rates if one or more of you joined their operation, but details were not forthcoming on that.
The weakest offer of the bunch.
Well, you don't yet know what Mert's offer would be.
That's right.
Yeah. You don't yet know what Mert's offer would be.
But also the Castellaner offer is a job.
It is a very handsome offer.
Not necessarily with the risk, because we already went through the economy. If you would like the Sims version of D&D, watch episode 3. But we went through the economy of what owning that property would do for us, and it does not make enough to service any conceivable loan. So, and all of the loans non-payment clauses start with a kneecap. So
only one of those that you're sure of start with a kneecap. The other ones are only.
I just have a feeling.
Yeah,
I like my
suspected
kneecaps a little too much.
Yeah.
But
so I'm kneecaps. Do half-orcs have kneecaps?
Half-orcs do in fact have kneecaps.
Okay, well then I would like to keep them, please.
But in the intervening time, Aurelia was sent a flying bird with a letter to meet someone at an opera house, and if you caught our questions episode, you did get the full text of that letter, which was not revealed on stream last time. So, yeah.
I made a character choice.
The character choices
as
were
you
made.
should.
But I give over.
Poor thing. I have to live with these choices now, Sean. I just realized I now have to live with these. Yeah,
choices. when it was just on the fan fiction stage, it was a lot easier. Now your face is on the internet.
Well,
I'm living it.
I just realized this is a wonderful mug to use on stream, but when I lift it up, you see the little Made in China sticker. It's very glaring to me.
Mine does not.
Not that I care that it's made in China. I just
Temu, we're accepting any and all sponsorship opportunities at the moment.
Absolutely.
AliExpress.
Temu, if you want me to open $500 worth of D&D stuff from Temu, I'll do it. I'll do it.
Which is only about $7 of American products.
Yeah.
But
real cheap dice.
Yeah.
All right, I give over to you guys. What would you like to do? It is currently about sundown. You are back at Troll Skull Manor.
What time is opera?
Opera is we are still in the ambiguous time of speed of plot. So
yeah, do we know we know, out of character that Aurelia's received this invitation. Has Aurelia presented, like, does she want to go alone? Would she like us to accompany her? Like, can we have that?
In character, you guys have been informed of a meeting with Rainier at the Opera House. Out of character, you all know the meeting is not with Rainier, it is with Mert.
At Rainier's,
Our characters don't know that.
He vouched for us, and now I have to break poor Aurelia's heart when she feels like she gets stood up. But it's fine. We're fine.
Also, for anyone who ever decides to go look up Rainier or any of these characters, his name is pronounced like Renare or something, or Renar, or Renair. It's Rainier. We're pronouncing it Rainier. That's what it is.
House rules.
House rules. It's rule 0.
As long as
D&D.
it's not Ranieri, because that's a whole other conversation.
No, it's
Renar is not a sexy name.
Yeah, it's Renar, I think, is the
That's not a sexy name.
Correct pronunciation. Yeah, Rainier is a much more exotic,
That's a sexy
dashing, swashbucklery name. So, but yeah, you guys can go to the opera if you wish. We can jump to there. Again, time is amorphous. We can jump around. We can do whatever.
Do I have?
I've told them about the Castellanta agreement. Have I already told the game?
Yeah, that is on the table.
Yeah.
So all you got to do to trigger that is you just send or to trigger a meeting, a future meeting with them is just send. They said send a runner, which generally you can do by either there are courier services, or you could send a paper bird, or you can just find a street urchin and send a street urchin.
Or I could show up and awkwardly curtsy.
Could show up again.
Love a good curtsy.
What sort of do I need to, if we were going to go to the opera, I would assume that my adventuring cloak while dashing is not suitable.
No.
And
Shopping
do
trip?
I have the option,
Shopping
like, can I just, like, I know that there's, like, bag of clothes type things I've seen in inventory. Like, would I just have a better outfit, or do I need to acquire that? And is that, like, something that maybe, like, now that we're camping in Troll Skull Tavern, my worldly possessions would include a wardrobe that had a couple of options?
It would be something where you just say, hey, I want to go out and purchase X, and we can either, if we want, we can do a whole shopping thing, or I could just say, hey, spend X amount of gold and go grab that.
I don't need a montage. I just need
shopping montage.
I thought we were gonna do like a gal thing, where all three of us gals are gonna go out and find clothes. I mean, I've already got mine.
Oh man,
Be a shopping montage.
I was trying to send a reference that I had, and your computer has infected mine.
Oh no! Everyone's getting a virus.
Hey, your computer wasn't
That's
working
true.
first. So if you want a set of fine clothes, which is designed to explicitly be expensive, tailored fancy, it might have rhinestones, gemstones, other gold working in it. You're looking at like 15 gold for that.
Okay.
However,
I want it.
Didn't even want to hear the next option. Just went, yep.
I put a reference in chat for the cloak that it would look like. I don't know how to...
post it in the Rookies and Rulebooks
okay.
chat in the Discord. Not the public. There's
good.
the public one, not the private one. Under general.
Yeah.
Where you posted your dice.
Yep.
So if anyone wants to see
Doing
that,
it right
you
now.
can go check it on our Discord.
But so it's a black robe with like fur lining on the inside and the hood. I would also like to purchase, and I'm willing to spend up to 5 gold more on this. A phantom, like an opera mask, but I want it to be in the shape of like a lion's like face.
You already have a lion face.
No, I know.
It just wants to be even more liony.
No, but I have like a robe that's like lined with fur, and then I have like a lion mask. so I can pretend
Just
like I'm
imagining
just.
people being like, "Who's this mysterious man?" And it's like, it's
Yeah,
so
so I want the option to.
sunglasses.
I want the option to pretend like I'm a guy dressed as a lion.
I think we're getting way too in depth on this.
No, this is the perfect amount of in depth. Yeah, that's 15 gold will get you all that.
Okay.
Okay.
Yep, that's what I want. That's what I'm dressed as.
Jess, you already purchased a ball gown, basically.
To turn up to the Castellantis as well. It's great.
Daerwyn, are you just going in your existing clothes, or do you already have fine clothes in your possession? I don't know what your inventories look like.
I don't know what my inventory looks like exactly. I don't think I have fine clothes though.
Your backgrounds would have given you all an extra set of clothes. I just don't know if
I just have common clothes.
Okay.
Which
would be fine. It would not be. You would be able to go to the opera in common clothes. You don't need to go in.
Yeah. If anything, she would maybe buy like a slightly nicer like cape cloak. But like other than that, she's like, I'm not dressing up.
So a cloak of billowing will run you 100 gold. And if you're wondering what a cloak of billowing does,
it just billows all the
yeah,
time?
it billows gracefully on its own accord.
Oh god.
It is an enchanted cloak. But otherwise it would be like 5 gold for a cloak.
Okay, that's fine. I can do 5 gold.
But if you wanted to go real fancy and get that cloak of billowing, that would be about 100 gold.
Who do you think I am, Gilderoy Lockhart? No.
I don't know. Hey.
I was
Batman? Am I Batman?
Yeah, I was gonna say there's lots of people that have big mysterious billowing cloaks.
Just call me Batman. No. Not for 100 gold.
All right, I have subtracted the gold from my character sheet and added fine clothes.
Perfect.
Okay,
Do I have to add fine clothes?
You don't have.
I'm ready.
You don't have to, but you should.
Okay. No.
So minus 5 gold, remove.
Or you could just, or Jess, you could just make a note, and I can do it later, or show you how to do it later if you don't want to.
I am adding fine clothes.
All right. You guys make your way to the Lightsinger Theater, I believe, is the name of the opera house.
What are we watching? Is it Figaro?
What's the program?
That is a great question.
There's actually an answer to this. I was being
There
a dick,
is.
but good.
So the Lightsinger Theater is a high-end opera house in the Castle Ward. So you guys know, being people who have all lived in Waterdeep at least for an extended period of time, or being natives here, Waterdeep has a large theater and opera community. There's an opera house in most wards, if not multiple. The North Ward and the Castle Ward and the Sea Ward all have multiple opera houses or playhouses, what have you. This is a beautifully ornate, over-the-top place.
Which ward is this one in?
The Castle Ward. So it's the Castle Ward is dominated by a Gyron's Palace, the Castle of Waterdeep. Mount Waterdeep sits kind of sort of at the edge of the Castle Ward, so everything's sloping up towards that. And near the bottom of that is the Yawning Portal, where you guys first met.
Okay.
As you go to this would have come with the paper bird. I apologize. There were 4 tickets. You were only using 3. Vandal has let you know that he's going to go look into the dealings with Istrid and the that loan tonight. Okay. So he's going to follow up on that. The play is known as The Fall of Tiamat. And it is sung...
Down with that dragon.
And if anyone's wondering who Tiamat is, she looks like this. She is a 5-headed... I didn't plan this. I just realized as I said it that I'm wearing the shirt.
Nice shirt. Who got you that shirt?
Jill bought me some D&D shirts for Christmas for stream. But then, much like Jess has learned tonight, our name tags block our shirts. So...
Oh, dang it!
It doesn't really matter what shirts are
you know
wearing.
What? It was the thought that counts.
What important? We are all wearing shirts.
We're all
It's
wearing
important
shirts,
to know.
and we're all wearing D&D shirts.
Can I talk to my pals real quick about so Vandal is off on his errand, but we got 4 invitations and we don't really know what we're walking into here, and I was just thinking maybe we bring along a friend. And,
we do have a friend,
and the Yawning portal is kind of on the way, so maybe we stop in and see if like Daerwyn wants to tag along, see the opera. We can he's always up for a good time, and he also could be good to have at our side in case things go a little sideways.
Is Daerwyn the fire sword guy?
Yes, Daerwyn is the proprietor of the Yawning portal.
So if you guys are unless we want to scalp it, we could always use a couple of extra. How much is an opera ticket worth, Sean?
That is a great question that I don't know the answer to.
Would it be 1,000 gold?
No.
If it's 1,000 gold, we can solve a lot of our problems.
If it is, I'm buying that capability. I'm buying that ability.
Yep.
You'd be looking at like 5 to 10 gold depending on where the seats are.
I think it's better to give it to our old buddy Daerwyn unless somebody else has a better idea.
Yep.
Could he pay us in? Could he pay us in a point?
Well, I think if we show up and we have a ticket to the world renowned Castle Ward Opera House that I also remember and wrote down the name of.
You don't need to remember.
Then,
you do not need to remember the name of the theater.
Then it's probably worth a round. And he's gonna be excited, guys. He's gonna be excited to go. Maybe he grabs a bottle from behind the bar, right? And we.
The
I'm gonna need myself a point to even get through.
Arriving
portal first.
Arriving at the Yawning portal, you notice a lot of the same faces that were there the first time, but also there's always new faces at the Yawning portal. Who are you waving to? Just all of them?
Everyone.
Okay.
Everyone.
3 Strings, who's kind of strumming in the corner, does give you a kind of a little
Yay!
salute. Daerwyn is behind the bar. You see Bonnie wandering around serving drinks.
Daerwyn's gonna go sit with 3 Strings while they go invite.
Okay. As you guys are...
Sorry, Sean.
Oh, after you.
Aurelia, do you want to ask him or should I ask him? I'll ask him. You could ask him. We could ask him together.
We could ask them together. Yeah.
Oh, okay, let's
I'll come with. Mm-hmm.
So as you approach,
what's Daerwyn doing?
He is doing what he's always doing, either filling a mug or cleaning a mug or something along those lines.
Being a mug.
As you approach, you see Bonnie sort of look to you guys, whisper something to Daerwyn, and then go about the rest of her business. Daerwyn just gives you a slight head nod.
Daerwyn, my friend, it's great to see you again. I know last time we were in here, it got a little bit exciting, but I love that I can always come back to my place where I'm a regular and share our friendship, and you've always made me feel super welcome here, and Aurelia and I we're thinking you might want to come and join us tonight. We find ourselves with an extra ticket to the Lightsinger Opera House, and
what?
Yeah, it's gonna be great.
The full of teapot.
The full of teapot?
Yep. That's what I heard. That's what they're going with. That's what Aurelia's telling you.
Daerwyn just sort of looks around, and then just motions to the bar and doesn't really say anything. Daerwyn's not a man of many words, and he just sort of says, "Gotta run the bar."
Is he deaf? Do we need to do sign language?
Oh,
is that the problem?
No, I hear you. I gotta run the bar.
Okay.
Well, Bonnie here, I'm sure would be happy to give you the day off. She seems like she's got a good handle on things. Be good to get away. Come see the opera. I really thought you'd be more into this, Dernan.
Not much.
I don't know why that was so funny.
Not much.
Daerwyn's just
opera.
nicking pints.
Not much for the opera.
Daerwyn's sitting with 3 strings, just like
Plus-
watching him and just
Plus
like
the whole
watching
thing's in
and
giant.
laughing.
The whole thing's in giant, and I don't speak or understand giant.
Who else
Dernan,
speaks giant in Alpha?
You don't speak
It is an opera.
or understand. You don't speak or understand giant now. But how will you ever learn it
Not try.
if you don't experience it? And I'll tell you what, I am I'm a little bit of a problem solver with this magic I've got, and I have a servant that can stay and work your job, and we'll go to the opera house together, and then when I come back and do poof into the mist. And best part about it is they work for free.
That's illegal here in Waterdeep.
Jesus Christ.
Unseen.
I'm gonna
Oh wait,
back
I
away
know what you're talking
slowly.
about. Hold on. I know what you're talking about.
Yeah.
Dernan doesn't know what you're talking about. He just says, we outlawed that a long time ago. That's illegal.
No. My good friend Dernan, you misunderstand. It's a magic. It's a magical construct. Just a little extra helper when you need it. And you can do anything. I summon him, tell him take care of the patrons and collect their money, and I can even tell him to listen to anything Bonnie says. And I will whatever. I know what you're about to say. I know what you're about to say about the range. I'm lying.
Godrick
Like,
have a Meeseeks?
but see,
Godrick does
I
have
have
a
a-
Meeseeks, yes.
yeah.
What?
And so I'm gonna 60 feet is enough to cast that, have it be doing its job, and then us get out the door.
Yeah, it is. You're right. So Dernan looks at you skeptically, and he just says, "I'm really not interested. I do thank you, but it's not for me. However, I will say there are other folks in the tavern that you can offer it to. So the
You have
other
a
folks,
half-orc friend, Godrick.
the other folks you know in the tavern are Yagra,
Ooh, we like Yagra.
3
I
strings.
forgot about
Yagra.
Yagra.
3 strings would enjoy it, but is he any good at fighting?
You have no idea. You have Bonnie, and you also have Milon War Dragon, who are all folks you are familiar with.
What do y'all think? Who would you rather add? I forgot about Yagra.
Yeah,
I mean,
want
either
Yagra.
Yagra or the guy with last name War Dragon. That seems like somebody who knows how to fight. I can't imagine someone with the name War Dragon is like a librarian or anything.
Milon is a famous adventurer. He is like, he is somewhere in his mid to late 40s, has fought many battles, and is known for his legendary weapon Azure Edge, which is a battle axe that you see strapped across his back with this gleaming blue blade.
Let's go with the guy with the legendary
Yeah.
weapon. That sounds like a
Yeah.
good option.
But we have a relationship with Yagra, remember?
You do.
We've talked to
But we
Yagra. Yagra helped
we
us.
can have a relationship with War Dragon.
So let's just see what his susceptibility to accepting candy from strangers is then.
As Aurelia and Godrick approach Milon.
Wait, I'm not talking to Milon.
I will.
That's
Okay.
I will.
Whoa.
He sort of.
I'm gonna wave from a very far distance and keep approaching him waving because
He
I've
sort of-
started waving. I can't stop.
So he sees you. He nods, and without getting up, pushes the chair opposite him on the table away. So like pulls out a chair from you, but without getting up.
Okay,
Um,
I'll sit.
and then flags over Bonnie to bring you a beer.
I like this
And he
guy.
says, "Hey, how you doing? What
Greetings, traveler. I'm Aurelia. This is
We've
my
met.
companion, Godrick.
So
Oh,
all
yes,
of
hello.
these folks are people that you've met.
I don't know if he knew Godrick. How do I know who Godrick knows?
Fair. Godrick, good to see you.
Hello.
He drinks here all
War
the time.
Dragon. Yep.
I presume to be forgettable to reintroduce myself. So, hi.
You're a 6'7" half-orc lady in shining armor. You're not easily forgotten.
Well, do you like my dress?
I do. I thought that was a little strange, though. It's not really your type. I don't know that the
right.
I don't know that the hammer and shield go with the dress, though.
Yep, but look at how pretty it is when I twirl.
It is quite pretty. You're right.
This is exactly how she would twirl as well. She would not be very graceful with it.
Bonnie comes and brings both of you a pint of ale, and Daerwyn, I assume it's
Is
something
Godrick
you.
too? Godrick's over here, right? With
Yeah,
me?
yeah. Godrick's close
let's
enough
give
that Bonnie knows.
I have my fancy robes on, not my lion mask yet, so people still know that I'm
So
an actual lion.
People know you're a lion. They still know that you're a
People
lion.
know I'm a lion right now. Yeah, yeah.
Like, okay, he's fine.
Yeah.
I
Batman mask.
I just want to point out the cloak will hide it.
What?
The cloak will hide it. However, the back bent feline legs are going to give you away a lot sooner than the face.
No. This goes all the way down to the
that's
floor
what,
and drags.
That's what I'm saying. The cloak will hide it. That long cloak will hide it a lot. But if you're in motion at all, running, jumping, fighting, that might be more apparent.
No, but it's yeah, maybe, but I'll have to like rip it off like Angelina Jolie in an action movie where she gets attacked while she's
I
getting
get you.
married. I don't know that she's ever done that, but she might have done it 3 times. Like cut the bottom of the dress off and then knife fight with it.
She's either never done it or she's done it in like 3 or 4
Always
different
done.
movies.
Yeah. So, and then also gloves. Let's establish, because now that you showed me again, I'm covering it all up.
Mhm.
And my tail is just wrapped around my
One of your
middle
legs.
like a belt.
Oh, okay.
No.
Why don't you tuck
Just like
it?
just like
Little tuck.
huh? Into the sash.
Just
I got
tuck
it.
undergarments on.
Jess, in 2023, you shouldn't tell men to tuck it. It's inappropriate.
Oh yeah, sorry.
Um,
It's belted and tucked. It's wrapped and tucked. Just it's all
If he
it's
wants to,
out of
let him
sight.
talk.
if he wants to, that's great, but you shouldn't suggest to a man that they do that.
I'm sorry.
It's out of sight.
I think. I don't know.
I don't have
um,
shoes on though. But anyway.
See, but it's
Can you
hidden by
wear your
the it's hidden
booties
by the
again?
it's hidden by the cloak though.
It's hidden by the cloak.
Yeah.
I feel like if I wore shoes, it would be like a Ted Cruz situation where like just the architecture doesn't
with his high heel.
fit. Yeah, it just like the angles wouldn't work with how far back my ankle bones are and extended
Wow,
heel.
wow.
I thought those were your
man.
knee. Oh yeah, they would be ankle bones. Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Anyway, War Dragon.
Cat legs are weird. Let's
Oh yes, still talking
Yeah.
to War Dragon.
he says
Yeah.
what can I do for you?
How do you feel about the opera? Specifically, the Fall of Teapot. I believe that's the name.
Do you mean Tiamat?
Oh, I was
Yes,
wondering
you
what
misheard.
Teapot was referring to.
Probably. That's probably what we mean. We heard it in passing from
Well,
someone who didn't really care to inform us.
Few years back, personally, I'm not a big fan of Tiamat. I don't know most who are. I fought in the
I
wars.
presume he fought though, based on said name. So I
Yeah,
presume it's-
Aurelia, I would like you to make a religion check
First roll of the game.
as our resident paladin.
God, God, here we go.
Can I check history?
An 18. Actually,
Yes,
hold on, what
Godrick,
is
you
my-
can absolutely do history.
Okay.
So Tiamat is the and excuse the turn of phrase here. She is the mother of all chromatic dragons.
Okay, Daenerys.
So she predates Daenerys by quite a long time.
Adjusted 20.
Adjusted 20.
History.
Tiamat is the mother of chromatic dragons. She is the queen, the queen of all evil dragons, and she currently resides in Avernus, the first layer of hell.
Is that a religious
That's
expression or a actual like?
Oh,
But
Or she actually
is that
lives
but
in
is she
hell.
really there?
yes.
Like it's like
Yeah.
is this like a our like we talk about like the Greek gods and it's like the Hercules the movie situation, or is it a Percy Jackson situation?
What?
Well, I don't know. I'm not sure I know the difference. I'm
Like
not,
is it
Are
like
the gods
is it
real,
like
or
is
are
it
they-
like is it mythology that we know about, or is it Percy Jackson where it's mythology we know about but it's also real?
Oh, it's Percy Jackson. Yeah. She lives in hell.
Yeah.
Yeah, she
So like
lives in
we
hell.
know that she lives in hell. We also know that we can go there. Like
Yeah, you can go there, say hi.
okay, cool.
Um,
Yeah.
Say hi, give her a cupcake.
On your way, fight Joe Manganiello. It'll be great. You can ask about that, and we'll make that. We'll make that a question in one of the questing. So one of you guys ask about that later. I'll explain the Joe Manganiello story. Yeah, she resides in hell. She is currently trapped in the first layer of Avernus. Because about 5 or 6 years ago, she attempted to reemerge into the material plane and was struck down by a set of would-be adventurers. And if you want to find out more, you can read the Tyranny of Dragons adventure.
So we're going to see like an opera documentary. Like this happened to these people.
Yes,
5 years ago.
You're not sure if the fall of Tiamat is about her original fall that originally got her trapped in Avernus, or about this current one. Based on your 20 on history, you know that the giants are the enemies of dragons. Giants and dragons are sworn blood enemies, and so you would assume that it would be like ancient.
This is from
this is ancient history
Gotcha.
more so than recent history.
That's why it's in
Okay.
giant.
That's why it's in
Giantish.
giant. Yeah. But Milon says, I don't hate the opera. I've been a few times.
Well,
Can I
we'd
just
love,
slide the invitation over? Just
The ticket
yeah.
or the invitation that you received. Which one? I assume the
I think
ticket.
it should be the ticket.
Okay.
I think the invitation might
Yeah.
be a bit weird.
He does.
Also, the ticket doesn't say like Vandal on it, does it?
No. It's a
Okay.
Show your ID,
yeah.
please.
It just says who you
Yeah.
trust on it.
No, the invitation says bring who you trust.
Mhm.
So it just says who I trust.
Milon takes tickets, says, "Yeah, sure, I'll go. Let me go get changed." And little time passes. He comes back in a surcoat, nice surcoat with the sigil of Waterdeep on it, which is a shield with sort of an outline of a generic city skyline that doesn't really look like Waterdeep, but it's kind of like Waterdeep.
I would have laughed so hard if he came out in that billowing cloak.
He comes. You know what? Sure, he has a cloak of billowing.
He
Yes.
does. Okay, we might be able to get it off of him. He might not survive the opera.
And Azure Edge is firmly hanging from his waist. This just beautiful, gorgeous, battle axe.
It's like an accessory.
It is like an accessory.
It's the Waterdeep watch.
Yeah. Well, fun fact: most people do not travel around Waterdeep with weapons. It is weird to travel around Waterdeep with weapons.
But is it
Can I
weird?
take it
So
in my
it's
bag?
weird for. is it weird for like the general populace, but like persons of note that are in the? Isn't it more just like our tools of the trade?
Yeah. So that's the thing, right? Adventurers will travel around with weapons. It is frowned upon to draw said weapons. But
sure.
just by nature, they're part of their kit when you're going into town to find an inn or a tavern.
When we're not
Is it gonna be bad luck if we turn up to the opera with it? Because don't you need to take it back before the opera?
Typically, most people won't enter the opera with weapons, but you also would assume that there's some sort of coat check or weapon check that you can leave them at.
Oh, okay, cool.
If you're worried about that.
Can or have to?
You're not sure. I would say heavily suggested to do so.
If I have some ways around that potentially for us if we need to influence.
Does Godrick have a bag of holding that we can put stuff in?
Sort of. I don't, but I could I can bamboozle a little bit the guards if we really need to. But I also think that like Daerwyn, you probably have a decent degree of skill at concealing your weapons.
Again, Godrick? Maybe we don't
sometimes
cast friend on the guards.
Sometimes you have to cast friends.
Is it like sometimes you have to break
after a minute?
Sometimes you have to break a few eggs to make an omelet. It's sometimes you have to cast
but if we're out of there, like if we're not standing there, I think friends is pretty safe, right?
Yeah, that kind of thing.
Okay, so they won't come after us.
Yeah, like if we walk up to somebody who's about to attack us and they cast friend, and then we stay there for 5 minutes and then we're still standing there, they'll pop out and be like, "Huh, I remember I don't like you." But if we're not there anymore, it's kind of like a Jedi mind trick, like walk past them.
Yeah,
was my understanding.
Yeah, that's kind of the function of it. Okay, so you and Milon make your way. You guys all make your way to.
Daerwyn, we're leaving.
So I will say, Daerwyn, in your time with Three Strings says, "Say hi to the boss for me," as you're leaving.
Oh.
Like you're already up and like 5 steps away, and that's all he says.
I look back at him, very confused.
And he
because she doesn't know.
He just smiles, looks down, and goes back to playing.
All right.
My party don't know because I don't know.
Confused, but obviously I know who he's talking about.
Right, you know who.
But I'm just like, so Daerwyn's gonna look at Three Strings, look at Aurelia.
You guys make your way to the Light Singer Theater, and like I said, it's this beautiful, opulent building, what have you.
Is there somewhere I can check myself before I go through the opera? Because Aurelia would like to make sure that she looks good before she goes in.
Yeah,
check in her axe. Aurelia can check in for her axe.
Yeah,
perfect.
You sort of lean down in Azure Edge, and actually, that's a good idea.
I think I might have not taken it, and now I wish I would have. There was some stuff where I could just like make a puddle of water type stuff.
Yeah,
I wish I could make you like a mirror on the ground, but I never took it because I was like, I'll never need to do that.
Like, what would I need a puddle of water for?
Right.
Next session. Puddle? What are you gonna do with that?
Yeah, there's like a produce, like I don't remember exactly what it is. Maybe Sean remembers, but there's some like basically like produce water, like cantrip or something.
Control water.
Yeah, control water or something.
Okay, Katara, calm down.
Yeah, but it's not like for attack.
Again,
it's for like
Jill. If you're gonna make all these references, you need to remember they all predate these references you're making.
Yeah, but that's not. She's not. Daerwyn didn't make that reference. Jill made that reference.
Aurelia, as you're leaning down, you kind of put a slight hand on Azure Edge. You just hear a slight voice in a very hoity accent. You look lovely.
Can I look to see who it is and tell them thank you?
It was in your... You don't hear it coming from any direction. You hear it within your head.
Oh God.
And
Wait, is that what Aurelia's doing? Is that? Oh no, the voices! They've started again.
Mayloon just looks down at you and goes, "Oh yeah, the axe will do that sometimes."
I'm sorry. Your axe?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, okay. It speaks. It's okay. Good to know. It speaks.
Yep.
Oh, hold on.
Can I courtesy to the
Mayloon,
axe
mate.
then?
The axe doesn't curtsy back, but you notice like sort of that anime shimmer over the like unmoving blade, like.
So,
Can
so is the axe,
Mayloon,
like,
can I
that's
have
like
do I
Dora's
have time to
backpack?
peek it?
Is the axe
Hold
like
on.
Dora's backpack?
No.
Dora the... Okay.
No, it's like the axe is
how it
like
talks. Like,
the axe is like what's I don't know.
We did it. We did it. Yay.
I wanna look at the Mayloon, excuse me. Can I also would like to check. You know, sometimes I have things in my fur, and can I check and I just want to see, you know, what's going on.
Yeah, it
with-
looks like
Yeah.
it looks like an axe.
I mean the sword. I'm sorry.
Yeah.
The sword.
No. Yeah, Azure Edge. It's an axe. It's an axe.
Oh, it's an axe. Okay. Yeah. I just want to like, and I don't. It doesn't say anything to me.
It does not. You have to be physically touching it for you to say anything.
And you can only.
So is the fun like? Is it fun? Would I know that, or like, is it just that like, I wouldn't have known that it said anything to her? I guess unless she.
Well,
he just explained
yeah,
it.
You heard you heard the exchange.
Yeah.
And I will
So-
here I will give you a description of Azure Edge. It is a solid steel handle edged with tiny runes wrapped in blue dragon hide with a star sapphire set into the pommel. The axe head is forged from silver, electrum, and steel. And the edges constantly shimmer with a deep blue luminescence.
So, never mind. I feel like it's done now. I don't want to grab the haft just because I didn't get a reinforcement from a fucking axe.
It was so I only did it to Jess because she explicitly did this as if she was grabbing the mirror.
Yeah, but I feel like I wouldn't know. I feel like Godrick wouldn't know that, and then like, so I feel like it's better for me to just be upset about the fact that I didn't get any compliments.
Oh, okay, just be a grumpy cat about it. I'll tell you what.
Yeah, I'm just grumpy about it.
What you could do if you wanted, you could roll a perception check, see if you noticed.
Okay. Let's do it. Where's my dice?
I want an angry tail flick if he doesn't figure it out, though.
It's tied up. It can't
Yeah, but
angry flick.
it would just look like his stomach's rumbling in like a cartoonish fashion.
Oh, what you
It's
said?
bitter.
Perception
It's
check.
somehow bitter.
Yeah, perception.
It's only an 8.
Yeah,
That dice is going in my dice jail.
You can't
Look at
let the
this.
dice collector one roll.
Yeah, I can. I got lots of
They
d20s.
can.
It's gotta roll a couple crap rolls before you throw it in.
No, it's in. I've got.
He's
plenty.
got a couple d20s.
I think I have like 4.
Actually, I think I lost a d20.
This is the opposite
Okay,
of
I'll find
Pavlov's dog. He's basically Buffalo Bill and he's putting them in the pit until he gets the dice right again. Okay.
All right, you guys make your way to the Light Singer Theater, and you step in. You notice most people here are very well dressed. There's a few people that are less opulently dressed. You assume people that either work for nobility or, so like people of all walks of life go to the opera, but most of them that are visiting this theater are going to be more affluent. But there are people look like they're either servants or valets or whatever for different different nobility that are here as well. Now, this part, I'm going to go ahead and just truncate a little bit. And let me find the passage that I need. Excuse me. Sorry.
So we still haven't. What is the? No one's checked our tickets or anything.
No, you guys get your tickets checked. There is an offer for you guys to stow your weapons, but you are not forced to.
Daerwyn has put hers inside of her boots.
I will say they stick out quite a lot from the boots, but they would at least be hidden by the cloak a little bit. You would walk. It would be like wearing leg braces if you do that.
Oh.
Which is fine.
Can I whisper to Godrick?
Mm-hmm.
You said you had a thing, right, Godrick? If we needed weapons, do I store them and you'll sort me out later, or do I give them to you?
No, it's if someone tries to take if anyone tries to take them, we have lots of methods to get away with that.
I don't want to be seen bringing weapons, so can I store them?
I am big.
Just, I'm going on a date. So
right.
I'm going
I am big.
I probably shouldn't bring
what does she have? Her axe and her shield?
She has her hammer and her shield, and both of which
her
are
hammer
quite
and shield.
large.
I'm sorry. But I'm also quite large.
Mm-hmm.
Can I strap them to my back under my cloak?
She's also quite large.
Yeah, but she doesn't have a big giant cloak like he does.
Right.
But she has a dress.
I've got a little pretty dress.
Can we just do? And I will. Can I use my deception abilities to like strap them to my back, and that way, if we need them, we have them, but they're not super obvious.
So that would be stealth. I would allow sleight of hand on that, but I will say you could fit one or the other without it being incredibly conspicuous.
I'll stow the shield then, and then he can have my.
Yeah, why don't we check the shield, and I will have the hammer.
Okay. And Daerwyn, are you going to hang on to any?
Yeah, instead of the boots, she's just going to have them on her back, which is underneath the cloak.
The cloak, okay. If both of you can give me a stealth check. You may do sleight of hand if you wish.
They're both
See which
not
one's
good
better.
for me. You sure I can't do a deception check?
Yes.
Can I do a deception check if I fail the stealth
that's good.
on one of these?
There may be that would be more in the moment.
It's 11.
This is just okay. This is just setting a baseline of how obvious it is.
Sure.
22.
Oof,
Nice.
Nice. Doing some good rolls.
This new dice has a good roll so far. So
So
far,
I do
not.
have Sean, I do now have my lion mask on.
Okay, and you had Zach. You still have
Sneaky.
Did you get inspiration last session?
I do have inspiration.
Okay. Milon does not give up his axe and is not hiding it.
As he shouldn't. He shouldn't hide it.
He is just relative. I don't know how to quantify we're not newcomers to Waterdeep,
No.
right? Could you quantify our fame? And that is Milon in this area among these people, who among us has the most notoriety? Because I feel like we would know that as a part of the society.
Like people you notice here in the theater, or out of
the people that we should happen to encounter, people in this in the environment that we're in now. Is Milon more famous, or one of us more famous than them?
Milon is explicitly a famous adventurer.
Okay,
So he is.
so he would
Like
be
Durnan.
the most famous.
Yes. Yeah. Like more so than Durnan. Durnan is someone that people whisper about. They're like, I heard he was, this. I heard that this was his past. Right?
But it's past his time.
Milon is like, Milon's picture has been plastered on a broadsheet, which is what they call the newspapers in Waterdeep. Milon's face has been plastered on that. Like, Milon saves town of Red Larch from,
Sure.
Goblin Horde, whatever. Right?
Okay, so we're hanging out with a celebrity right now.
Yeah. A very rich, very well-off celebrity.
Okay, that's fine.
Milon is a member of, if I'm not mistaken, the Grey Hands, which is, or Force Grey rather, which is like an Avengers type vigilante group. Like, so you're looking at like Thor, Cap, Iron Man levels of fame in the Marvel, in the MCU. Yeah.
Gotcha.
Got it.
All right, that's good to know because that.
Cool.
Yeah,
and he just willingly
also,
went, yeah, let's go to the
we're in company with him, and also people are very unlikely to take exception to him being armed.
Correct, yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. He was a good choice.
I still think it might be better. It might be better in some situations if we're.
Great choice.
He doesn't have a name tag on.
His name could be his. I just want to point out his name could also be
him.
His name could also be Ward Ragan. You know.
Yeah, he's
Don't
lame.
do that to me.
It could also be Wardragon.
War drag on. War drag on. Come
Yeah,
on, guys.
war
Let's
too
hurry
long.
this up.
God.
All right, so you guys go. You guys are led to your seats. You guys are seated, not super well, but there's decent seats. There's no obstructions. There's no anything. The play is in Giant, and I'm sorry, Zach, I was mistaken. The Fall of Tiamat does, in fact, describe the evil dragon queen's defeat at the Well of Dragons, which was the more recent, her more recent fall.
I want to lean over and nudge Milon. Be like, this must be pretty boring. Just watching it on stage when you were there, probably, huh?
I mean, I wasn't at this part. This is more describing like a plucky group of adventurers who went and did the deed. Milon was involved in the
Did the deed? Sorry.
Yeah, as in slaying Tiamat.
I'm not paying attention. I'm looking for Rainier.
Yeah, you don't notice it. You don't see him anywhere. He was more involved in like the overall war.
Sure, and that's I know that all the credits in the broad papers. What did you call them?
Broadsheets.
It's fine.
Broadsheet.
All the broadsheets always talk about the last 5 steps of the journey, but we're adventurers. We know it was miles and miles before we got there, and I know you were a big part of those adventurers being able to take the final steps.
Yeah, I suppose.
Sean, I have a question.
Yeah.
Where are we seated? Like, theater-wise. Like, paint me a picture.
Yeah, great question.
Is this in our Google? No.
It is not.
Sorry, I need this information.
No, you're fine. I would say, somewhere.
Take Milon away.
Ooh, we have a map.
Yeah, so the stage is right around here. I would say you guys are seated somewhere. Oh, let me actually grab the mouse for this second computer that's feeding this. Somewhere about here.
Nice.
Okay.
So not bad seats. You're not up in the balcony. You're not in any of the private boxes.
How obtrusive would it be for me to stand up and sort of turn around to look around and see if I can spot Rainier?
Very.
Quite.
As a 6'9", okay, but I'm still gonna do it.
You still do it anyways.
I'm still gonna stand up to look for him.
Roll a perception check for me.
Oh no. Okay. It's a 14.
Aurelia,
how much do I?
you could also go. You could go get drinks for us, and
and use that opportunity to walk up and back.
Yes. With haste. I'll be back.
What'd you get on perception?
I'll be back. I got a 14, but I don't know what I'm adding to it. Bear with me.
Okay.
I should know this off by heart by now.
Nah.
It really should. +1, so 15.
15. Standing up, spinning around, going off to get drinks. You don't see him anywhere.
It's fine.
Has it started yet?
Yeah.
Can I drink from everyone else's drinks? Just a little.
Just a little bit, yeah.
So I do want to note that Daerwyn is sitting kind of like this, like acting like she is very uninterested in what's happening. So she's like, God, why am I here?
But is very interested in what's happening.
But is very interested in particularly the instrumentals of the opera. So, but like acting like she has no interest in everything that's going on.
Okay.
I am sorry to ask you this, but I cannot find my languages in
bottom left of the main page.
Thank you. Okay, so I do not speak this anyway.
There is a rough translation in the
program.
Program, yeah.
Cool.
I understand it,
so
right? Because I'm
following.
Yes.
I would like to follow
that?
along.
I do.
Okay.
Deep speaks giant, right?
No, giant would be giant.
Hold on. Ben, I know a deep speak.
I was looking at my languages earlier. I thought I had giant for some reason.
I think, Aurelia, we misspoke. We misspoke session 1, and I conflated Orcish with giant, which might be where you're getting that.
Yeah, okay. Common deep speech, infernal, and orc.
But aside from that, it is a beautiful, very slow, long drawn out syllables, very guttural, almost Norse-like in some aspects, but slower. Like really slow Norse. Is kind of what it sounds like. And then intermission comes along. People get up, start milling about.
Would anyone like a?
We're gonna go to the box.
You just hear Aurelia say, "Oh, the box." We
Yeah,
got the box.
Would Milon, Daerwyn, would you like a drink or a snack or anything?
Don't gotta ask me twice.
Did
I'll go
come with me to the box because I'm meant to be meeting Rainier at a box.
What if I go with you to the box? But that's like we're just gonna go get drinks, and we kind of like, do it on we're just walking around, going to get drinks. I'll go with you.
Okay. Daerwyn?
Daerwyn would be slightly behind, keeping an eye on them, but not with the party.
Ooh.
Now, Jess, do you remember which box you have to go to? Doesn't mean that. Hold on. No. It doesn't. It doesn't.
Check them all.
It doesn't mean that Aurelia doesn't. It doesn't mean that Aurelia doesn't remember which box she needs to be in. My question is just whether or not Jess remembers.
I don't. I don't remember.
You are supposed to meet him in box C.
C? Is it C?
Is that C from the top?
I don't know. I don't know which box. These aren't labeled on my end. So it's one of those boxes in the back. One of those elevated boxes in the back.
It's the third one down.
Yeah, let's say that. You make your way. Milon is sort of trailing between the front two and Daerwyn.
They say, Milon, we might need help carrying this stuff.
Yeah, all right. I mean, I'm just... You asked me to come with you. I assumed you wanted me to watch your back.
Milon, that's a real refreshing lack of subterfuge. I really appreciate that you've just seen through while you're here.
I don't do subterfuge. I don't do any of that. I
had a lot more like slight tricks and schemes to convince you to keep following us around.
I just look. You went to first. You asked the guy that helped you fight a troll, and then you asked the next toughest looking guy in the room. So I assumed, you guys make your way to box C. You make your way to box C. The doors. It's slightly elevated, light stairs going up to it. There is a little half door that swings open into the box. Seated there is a couple of people who look sort of like retainers, I guess.
They don't.
None of them look like
Rainier.
None of them look like Rainier. I will tell you that now.
I'll do it. Sorry, I was gonna say I'll do a note that Daerwyn is with them, but like at the doorway.
Okay.
So like, yeah.
Daerwyn, you do notice immediately as you guys approach.
And then of course she sees Blart.
Mert.
Mert.
So this very rotund man with quite the mustache, very fobbishly dressed, and sort of just nods to you guys as you approach, and then looks kind of suspect at Milon, and just says, Mr. War Dragon, I don't mean to offend, but if you wouldn't mind waiting outside, that'd be
What?
We're on business.
And Daerwyn is totally okay with that. Daerwyn's like, you heard him. Step outside.
Milon, yeah, could you here, and I'll give Milon 2 gold, and just ask him like, hey, would you? No, sorry. We'll take care of this real quick. We'll meet you. Actually, yeah. Should he like leave or just wait outside?
I mean, he could just wait outside. That's up to you. He could just wait outside the box if you guys want.
Tell him to go get us more drinks.
Near, please.
Yeah, that's what I was gonna say. Like, give him 2 gold and be like, "Hey, drinks. This round's on me. I'm sorry. Like, could you go just so he doesn't feel like he's being put out?
Money.
No, not like thanks, bud. No, yeah.
All right, he'll go off and get drinks. You guys approach.
I'm subtracting 2 gold.
Mert sort of
quick character question.
Mm-hmm.
How would the rapport be between Mert and Daerwyn? Like,
it would be somewhat professional. It's one of those things where
she's not going to call him a bastard in jest.
Roll an insight check.
How recently were they working together? Or
so that's sort of the thing is not.
It's like pretty back in the history, right?
It's background and mostly because Mert isn't around. Mert doesn't make himself available.
What was it? Insight.
Insight. Mert just doesn't make himself.
10.
Okay. Mert just doesn't make himself available to be chummy with, right? Like.
Sure.
He's always off doing something.
You're not coming back from the job and then having a dinner and.
Well, so that's what it is. That it would be that, right? It would be you come back for a job and he has a drink with you or has dinner with you, but in between that there is no other interaction, right?
Okay.
It's like he wants to interact with you, but he also wants to go interact with 100 other people.
But still, fair. Jill, y'all left on. I mean, I congenial terms.
I don't think this is a secret in Jill's backstory. He pays her living expenses, so that's their relationship.
We know that. Yeah.
So it's good enough relationship where he pays her living expenses. He's just a busy man, right? Is more.
But that's in relation to her being like a good. Hired him, like she's done a lot of jobs for him, or is it more fatherly?
It's more in relation to.
Sorry, I didn't mean to hijack your backstory, Joe. I was just curious.
And also, I just looked at the theater and realized I'm getting the theater backwards. This is the stage. The box would be back here.
Oh, so those are all like dressing rooms.
Yeah, that makes sense. Those are all dressing rooms back there.
That's what I thought, but it also kind of makes sense from both sides.
I just realized I was.
It made sense.
It made perfect sense.
The orientation, when you see stairs like this on a map, the smaller side will always indicate it's the lower
Goes
side.
down.
Yeah.
Gotcha. Yeah. That makes sense.
We're
It'd be
in
a
the
shitty
second-
theater
we're in
if
the
you
second
the
row.
back rows were
Yeah.
lower than everyone.
I think that's how the sphere is laid out in Vegas.
Yeah.
Pretty much.
You're right.
But yeah, you guys sit down.
So can I call him a bastard? Lovingly, of course.
So the insight check was to see whether or not you would know if that was a good idea or not. It is your choice to do that or not.
Well, what does my insight check do?
You did not
You did not
get
get enough information for me
Okay.
to influence that decision.
Then I will not.
Okay. So I'm gonna lay this out what his offer is, right? Because there isn't a big to do about this. It's just this is the meeting.
Is
and
he
the
the one
offer.
that tells me Rainier's not coming?
Do you ask him?
Yes.
He says, I don't know where the chap is. He's probably off doing whatever young.
But the paper bird,
The
right?
what about the paper bird?
You sent her a paper bird, and not Mart.
Yeah, I did. Rainier said that she'd be a good recruit.
I now get it out of my pocket and reread
Yeah.
it awkwardly in front of everyone.
See, that's I wrote the bird. Did you
I may
think?
have misjudged some things, team. No. I'm
Do you want your hammer?
no to kill myself, maybe, but other than that,
Okay,
no.
okay.
Other than
Okay.
that, no.
in YouTube, that's in Minecraft, and she's not going to actually do that. YouTube, don't get upset about it.
No.
Those words being uttered. So he says, Daerwyn, as you already know, and for the two of you, I work for a clandestine organization that works for the good of the civilized realms of the Forgotten Realms of the Sword Coast. And we think you might be decent candidates for the job.
Does your mysterious organization have a name?
Is it the harp? Is it the harp one?
It is the harp one, yeah, the harp one, the Harpers.
The Harpers. Did we decide if I'm a Harper or not?
No, you are not currently a Harper.
Is Daerwyn, or is she just a?
Daerwyn and Aurelia have both worked for the Harpers, but are not explicitly Harpers.
That's what I thought. What's your
What's
offer?
the job? What's the job?
We'd like you to be agents for us. Take odd jobs here and there, and
Oh, it's a
collect
job offer.
information.
It's a-
Oh, so there's no specific ask at this time. It's more of a
I mean, we
you know,
have.
would we be on your roster?
Yeah, you'd sort of be in the. When we need someone, we'd call you, or rather, send you a bird.
Well,
I'll misread it.
Next time, could you
so
make sure to
maybe-
send
maybe
it to
don't.
me? Could you make
I
sure
mean-
to send the birds to me? Because
I
this
wasn't.
one
In,
up here is
I
clearly
wasn't.
not
I wasn't.
literarily articulate.
I wasn't informed that you were part of. I was just informed of Aurelia.
Well, that's a very nice offer. Not to be too mercenary about it, but we have some real world obligations that we have to take care of right now.
I have
if-
to go
would-
cry in the
would-
bath. So that
would,
takes at
you
least
know,
2
there's-
to 3 days.
There's questing, there's crying. There sometimes we might cry on a quest. We're busy folks, but I think we'd be
understand.
open to as long as the the ask was correct. I think we'd be open to it. Does
Well-
your organization what's the pay range look like? Are we on salaries and we come when called, or how does this work?
Yeah, that's the so
for the harps.
It's more of a it's not really about the money. I suppose.
Sure.
It's about the good of the realm.
Good of the realm is good. Good of the realm is good.
Generally, we pay expenses, and we a lot of things are done for favors or for arrangements, but it's not. Most people don't ask about the money when we invite them to join a philanthropic organization. But we do pay occasionally when it is warranted.
It's not that we need the money, necessarily. It's that other people say we need money for things, and if we're not making money, then they won't fix our house, and while there's just we have to have a roof over our heads so we can continue to be philanthropic.
Generally we pay in potions and scrolls, and we can provide housing if it's needed, and information and backup when need be.
What if we already have a house, but the house is unlivable?
Well, then you're talking to Mirth the moneylender and not Mirth the merciless.
So
wait, merciless?
Huh?
Wait, your philanthropic name is Merciless? That's your
Mirth the
Yeah,
merciless?
Mirth the merciless. Yeah, philanthropist.
Oh, spiffy.
Soldier. Adventurer of note.
consumer of pork.
You think you get this body not fighting the evils of the world?
So
Get it doing something, I can tell that. So
Daerwyn she's had a pint at the bar, and she's had maybe 1 or 2 drinks since she's been at the opera house.
Mm-hmm.
So she's going to wrap her arm around Mert and go, "Oi, come here.
And this is why Jill has never seen Lord of the Rings, and is not influenced by elven tolerance.
Oh, elves have tolerance. Well, she's
No, they
half
do.
elf.
No. No, you're full elf.
Oh, I thought she was a half elf.
No, you're full elf.
No, full.
Oh, then just kidding. I don't.
But
then I'm
no.
not saying-
I'm not saying what you're doing is wrong. I'm saying most people, because they've seen Lord of the Rings, will remember the scene of Legolas having a drinking competition, and that's not a thing in D&D. Elves just get drunk. You're fine.
Oh, elves do get drunk.
Yeah, they do get. That's them.
Oh, nice.
Yeah,
Okay.
That's what I'm saying.
Okay, good. Okay, so good thing I haven't watched Lord of the Rings then. So she's gonna wrap her arm around Mert, and she's gonna go, "Come here." And she's gonna kind of pull. him over
I
to
will
the side.
say you have resistance to charm effects. Give me a
Me?
Constitution saving throw.
Oh, jeez.
ooh.
Let's see how affected by the alcohol you are.
Constitution.
So it's Constitution saving throw. So those are going to be located not your actual
Top left.
stats.
Oh, you're in the app. God, I need to get this fucking app.
Oh, I don't know where it is on the phone app.
It's
on the top
11.
left.
It's +0. It's 11.
Okay. 11. Yeah, you've got a nice little buzz going. On the app, the saving throws are right below your ability scores.
Mm.
So you've got the 6 big blocks for your ability scores, and then right below that you've got your saving throws.
Saving throws, yeah.
So
what would you say in 11? Just tipsy?
I would say she's tipsy.
Perfect. That's all she needs. Tipsy where she's coherent, but slightly.
Does that give her a charisma modifier?
No, it just will affect her decisions.
Because the most charismatic people on this planet are drunk people, yes.
Real.
Yeah.
So Daerwyn's gonna pull Mert aside, and she's gonna go, "What was one of the first things you told me when I came here to Waterdeep and we met? You remember?"
Watch your back, don't get caught.
Okay, what was the second thing? the the advancement of civilization is the best way to thwart. I know you know it.
I say a lot of things. I have no idea what you're talking about.
Okay, listen. Hear me out here. We were gifted a home. And it's a right piece of shit. To put it frank. And we need to spruce it up. It's got a lovely, lovely tavern at the bottom. And you like keeping the city safe, don't you?
Sure, I'm not sure how taverns keep the city safe, though.
Because we can keep an eye on people. We can listen in onto conversations.
Yeah, that's what I'm recruiting you to do. Be harpers, which is what the job description is.
And what's a better way to do that than to own a tavern?
Go frequent busy taverns like Three Strings does.
But we could have a busy tavern. We could have
you certainly
one more.
you certainly could, and I'm willing to invest in that. However, that's not. There's two separate issues. There's the job, and then there's the loan.
Well, can't that be combined?
No, I don't mix.
After Mert, after everything we've been through.
Mert does not mix the two.
Is that out of hearing range?
No, you guys are all within like 5 feet of each other.
Can we table talk? As Jess, Zach, and Jill, or is that not allowed in terms
I would
of
say in this
decision
case,
making?
in this case, anything you would say would be heard.
I don't want to commit to a course of action.
You don't have to commit to anything.
Can we like think about it? You know?
Yeah.
Can we get back to him so we can
Daerwyn
all talk
has
about
a
our
good enough
various.
relationship where they can be like, right? Do they have a good enough relationship where she could be like, "We'll get back to you"?
Yeah, like can we like talk about us joining?
He's not going to be offended.
Daerwyn, he has.
What is?
I will say, Jill, he hasn't actually made you a direct offer yet. You just cut him off, put your hand around his shoulder, and started trying to combine the loan and the job. So
Well, but
he hasn't.
But he did. He extended us an invitation to join the Harpers, and when I said,
Okay.
is there something specific you want us to do? He said, there's always something to do. My big question is,
Right.
if we have these like, we're at this decision point with,
just
we
tell
need to
him-
do stuff about
just tell him
Trollskull
you wanna-
Manor. Yeah, can we think on it?
Just tell him you want to think about it. Yeah.
But
Okay.
for Sean, the DM is saying yes to this. Like, can we say like, yeah, put us on the Harper call sheet, and then also go and do get the money from one of the money lenders,
that's your
or
question.
also
Yeah,
like
you
go
can-
do the
We do
yeah
both.
like our.
Yeah,
Is
you
this
can
say
take-
like if we say yes to this, are we not doing the Castellanners thing?
No,
Are we
you can
not
take us-
doing?
You could take as many quests.
Yeah.
You could take up as many quests as you want. They all exist throughout the city, right? Now you may come.
I would love.
You may come into points where time may be more sensitive on one or the other,
Right.
Or the two.
But
time
Mert
might
is
have-
not trying to get us to like do something pressing right now.
Yeah,
He's
it's
like,
not an exclusivity. It's not an exclusivity
right.
contract. Yeah.
I'm very I'm very interested. We just don't make any decisions without consulting our group, and unfortunately one of our members had other business tonight, and we need to really run it by him before we can give you any answers.
So Sean is going to interject here. This is an opportunity where some of you can accept this and not actually joining the Harpers. You don't all have to accept as a group. Individuals of you can join the Harpers, and others of you don't have to.
Character question.
Yeah.
So as a bounty hunter, would it be wise of me to join a group, or would I want to be like? Could I do other jobs while still being in?
Yeah, there's no exclusive. It's not exclusivity here.
It's not an exclusive thing. Okay.
Yeah. I will tell you, just because it's easier to convey information this way, it becomes that you are expected to share information with the Harpers, and occasionally they will ask you to act on information.
there's also a degree of morality to it, right? Mert is saying that, or at least their version of morality. Mert is saying like this is for the betterment of the Sword Coast. Mm-hmm. Now, if we send that bird back to the Castellaners and they're like, we'd like to depose the mayor or the governor, or whoever it is, that might put us at odds with the Harpers, right?
Exactly.
So that is where it comes. Like, now that doesn't mean we can't say yes to the Harpers and then lie to them, I guess. Right. But
also, yes.
But there will be consequences for that.
Possibly.
I think this warrants a big old conversation back at the tavern for us.
I will also give you the. He says, think on it. As far as the loan, how much was it you needed?
2,000.
2,000.
I mean,
okay.
we need the surplus.
Oh no, because we need.
We decided.
Yeah, we do.
So let's say 2,000 gold. Let's not call it a loan. Let's call it an investment. 2,000 gold. I am Mr. Moneylender, so let's call it a royalty deal. I take 15% of profits off of every 100 gold made. After full payment, that drops down to a 10% profit share, and I, of course, will have 10% ownership of Troll Skull Tavern. So really, you don't have to directly pay me back. It'd be the funds of the tavern paying me back.
Is he Kevin O'Leary?
No, he's Mr. Moneylender.
Not Mr. Wonderful.
No.
Okay.
No.
Just clarifying.
Those seem to be pretty fair terms. What kind of obviously I know of your prowess in that field. They didn't give you that moniker for nothing. What kind of owner would you be? Where are you interested in the? Obviously, if you get a share, you're interested in the success of the tavern. But would you, as a part owner, would you be willing to share your connections and give advice and be a part of making it successful?
Advice I could do. Generally, here in Waterdeep, everything's done through the guilds, so there aren't really connections to be, leveraged outside of that.
But there's guild payments and there's guild payments. Am I right? You're not paying the same guild payments.
There's generally just guild. No, yes,
Mert.
Yes,
there's guild payments and there's guild pay. I'd like to. Can I? I don't want to intimidate him. I just want to Mert, come on. We know.
That'd be a persuasion check.
Okay.
All right. Can I do that?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I'm still wearing the lion mask.
Okay, just checking.
That is a 15.
Okay.
Persuasion.
Then roll me an insight check.
Is a 15 as well.
Okay. You can tell he's being pretty straight up when he says that he pays the exact same guild rates as everyone else. The Waterdeep is pretty strict on its guilds. It's one of those things where if you don't work within the guilds, you don't get work, right?
Mm-hmm.
That being said,
so there's no scabs to hire to do the carpentry
there absolutely are. There absolutely are, but
they would know about it.
The way the guilds work is, if let's say you suddenly had your tavern fixed, and then you went to the Guild of Innkeepers to pay their fees, they would go, oh, we see you got the guild fixed with we see you got this fixed without going through the Guild of Carpenters. We don't want to work with you.
And so we couldn't get any food or drinks. And
right. Except by going outside of the guilds for that as well.
This is just the one time I haven't been proud to be a union man. I'll tell you what.
It is a somewhat negative view of unions, the way it is laid out.
No, it's the appropriate way. I'm just in a different role than I normally am. I'm not the exploited class. I am trying to get work for cheaper than the prevailing rate at the detriment of the workers.
I've
become everything I hate.
I find D&D is a great way to expand your experiential horizons.
I don't want to do it.
Okay. Well, that's good. That's good background.
So yeah, that's the deal. And he says, and of course, I would be willing to reduce the loan amount if Daerwyn, if you wanted to use your funds, we could cut the loan amount owed by half. So then it would become 15% on 1,000 instead of 15% on.
I don't think we really need to do that because that's a group obligation, and your personal obligation is your own. It'd be a very big sacrifice for you rather than.
Well, it would, but also the stipend is useless if she has a place to stay. Is kind of the idea.
Does the stipend is not provided to her regularly? It's paid directly to wherever
her rent is.
Gotcha.
So I don't have to pay.
And it's 10% forever. 10% forever that he gets.
10% in perpetuity, yes.
Okay.
But the like we went over in session 3, the generation of funds from the tavern is going to ideally take care of itself and then kick us a little pocket change. 10% of the profits, which is what an investor would get, not the gross. 10% of the profits is we're only looking at 5 to 10 gold at maximum a month for 10%.
Mm-hmm.
So 15%, we're looking at 7.5 to 15. It's really not a lot of loss for us in terms of what that generates for Mert. Pretty good deal.
I'd rather.
What?
I'd rather the
like
Castellan's
that.
offer.
I'm still on the Castellan side. Yeah.
I'd rather the 4 times with no perpetuity.
We get half up front and then half up once we've done the job.
But I'm not willing to. Godrick, I don't want to do this Are we extricating ourselves from the? What else is? I want to have this conversation, but I want to keep in mind the scenario that we're in.
Sure.
It can be later.
So
right?
let me ask.
We've already said like we'll let you know about the Harpers, and then we were talking. Jill was talking about the money, but so we're at the stage of letting them know about whether or not we want to join the Harpers. And then in the future, not right now.
You guys could make the decision now. If any of you do want to join the Harpers now, you may make that decision. Otherwise,
I want to talk about that with everybody. For me, I'm very interested. I definitely think Godrick does want to do that, but only if it fits in and
certainly
with the group and at the right time.
Mm-hmm.
I will tell you, it is the way it is designed. It is not terrible for individuals to join and not everyone.
Mm-hmm.
I don't want to join.
You hear the intermission begin to end.
Can we
curtsy out?
Can we do our IRL intermission and come back after the opera's intermission ends?
We can. We certainly can. And if you guys want to talk about it in Discord chat, you can as well, because we don't have a way to do voice while we're on intermission. So we will go to intermission. That's not a bad idea, because we are just about at that time. Let me find the right button to do that. But we'll be back in like 5 to 10 minutes. Hey everyone, we're back. We are back. My lovely friends backstage are just getting ready. This is the best way for me to let them know we're going live because they otherwise I'm just going to spring on them and they're all going to be looking down at their phones and acting all awkward and catching them in indecent exposure positions, and we don't want any of that. So, Dak, you put your tongue back in your mouth, young man. All right, let's hop over. Hello, friends.
Hello, hello.
Hello.
Hi.
My tongue.
Ah. Don't say my tongue and say nothing after that, Zach, okay?
It's always in my mouth. I don't know what he's talking about.
Though?
He's disparaging.
I'm just being disparaging.
He's
What's
not.
Athena doing?
She's trying to get into my closet because I don't know why. I was doing this.
She's
to the
trying to
camera.
live her best life.
Yeah.
And,
I pretended to take my shirt off, but I didn't. So.
I was trying to distract Sean.
Well, what's funny is I had you in the really little panels, so I couldn't actually see you. And I'm just like, what is Zach doing? All right, so you guys leave the opera box at the Lightsinger Theater, and as you guys step out, you see Milon just sort of waiting outside. He does not have drinks in hand, and he says it was really crowded. I couldn't quite make my way over there, and
Did he just pocket the 5 gold?
and he
only got 2 gold.
and he passes the gold back to you.
Okay, I was like, what a dick.
I have. I know I had. Damn it. I thought I had like a water skin, but I just have a little bag of sand. Why do I have that? Why don't I have a water skin?
So the bag of sand is so that you can, when you write, when you write with a quill and ink, you dust the sand over it to dry the ink.
Oh, got it.
It comes in the scholar's pack, which is what Godrick started with his backstory.
Yeah. Okay. Well, never mind. I was gonna bust out my own flask. But wait!
It's okay to say you have a flask.
But wait! Rewind.
Mm-hmm.
A flask comes with your fancy clothes. And when we stop at the tavern,
I would also assume that you
obviously.
I would also assume if you want to have a flask, you can have a flask. That's fine.
So I pull out the flask that I had that Durnan filled for me at the Yawning portal, and I pass it around and it's like, we don't need to wait in lines, and I offer that to everyone to have a drink.
So here's my question: do you guys continue with the play, or do you guys just leave? You guys have had your meeting. Do you want to stay for the play, or do you want to?
I think
what's going to
Aurelia
happen?
is the deciding factor of that because she still thinks she's.
Yeah.
Oh, I think she knows now.
No, she knows now.
I think I know.
But
now.
also, Milon is a little bit of a hunk. I mean, if we do leave, I would say that we let the passage of time.
I suppose you could say I'm a little bit of a hunk.
Yeah, if we leave, it's not like right now. Like, let's go, Milon. Like,
yeah, it's up to you. I'm just curious. It's up to you.
Yeah, I mean, if no one's gonna like attack us from the stage or anything, cool.
Okay.
Is he going to tell us that though? Is he? He's not. He's just gonna be like.
Oh, am I gonna tell you that? No, I'm not gonna tell you that.
Well, he said you guys could just leave, so I assume that there's not a Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles sewer grate underneath the stage that's gonna.
Oh, there's a all of Waterdeep is full of Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles sewer grates, but.
Daerwyn's gonna act like she wants to go, but she secretly is hoping to see the end of this opera.
Okay.
I think we stay.
But she's acting like she wants to.
So
go.
you guys stay through the end of the opera. Tiamat is summoned, in like the sort of Chinese paper dragon style, big giant,
Cute.
Costuming.
I want to keep as Tiamat is on stage. I want to keep elbowing war dragon. Just be like, huh? Huh?
Yeah, she's big, scary. You guys leave the opera. As you're walking past the Yawning portal, you part ways with Milon, and make your way off into the city of Waterdeep. I assume back to Trollskull Manor.
Yeah, because
Yeah,
we're
I'm going to
like
my bedroom.
squat. We've got
I'm gonna
like
lay down.
Yeah, you guys are.
we've
squatting.
gotten like our room sweep, but we've got like our room sweeped and like we're staying on camp bedroll type things, right? Like we're in there. It's just not great. Yeah.
Yeah. As you guys pass over from the castle ward to the market ward on your way up, pull open your passive perceptions here.
Mine's not that good.
I know.
Yeah, it's just a sad little
It's
thing.
not that good either. My passive investigation is very good.
Ooh.
So as you're wandering through the city, you spy two lovers in the shadows, making out, canoodling. As you sort of spot them.
Necking, as they would say in Waterdeep.
Necking. As you sort of spot
Can
them.
I stifle a sob?
Yes, you may. As they hear your mournful wail, they sort
I said sob, but a whale will probably do as well.
it's a sob that it's sort of a
A hacking sob.
Pretty much, yeah.
They giggle, look up, and sort of skirt off into the alleyway to get a little more privacy. You return to Trollskull Manor. Take your.
Was that specifically for me, Sean? Was that moment specifically for me?
It's what I rolled on my random table of nighttime events.
Nighttime event. Please explain.
I like that explains so much, and also why it's important to not read so deep into everything that comes out of your mouth.
Yeah. Yeah, it is.
What are night?
I thought that was targeted. I genuinely thought that was a little, nice little just
Because I felt like that. Can I just like D&D table
that,
talk a little
bit? It was either
bit?
that or 1d6 Sturges sweep out of the darkness and attack until they're sated with blood. So, you know, it's...
Oh, I'm much happier with
Yeah.
people making out.
Yeah,
with
but yeah, but I think it's like there's been a couple of times that I've thought, man, I'm really throwing this like intro campaign first thing people are supposed to play. Like, man, I'm really throwing this thing for a curveball, and then you just immediately like roll off the tongue like, and here's the response to that weird thing. And I had not even considered that there's like various tables and like
I will say
things that you would do, and I'm just like, this thing has me fucking pegged. Like I am the regular ass vanilla player because I can't mess with it.
To be clear, it makes you feel better that I've been rolling on the random table.
Or that, yeah, like I just thought it was just you being experienced and like, but also it all seems to fit so well in the campaign that I was like, well, damn, like this is what everybody's doing because it's scripted.
I'm gonna do this real quick. Give me a second.
Oh boy, here we go.
This is the first time I've rolled on the random table.
Mert the Moneylender really took away from you.
Were we not supposed to know that, or was that
No.
an illusion?
No, I just wanted to emphasize this is the first time I've rolled on the random table.
I'm just saying. I didn't know it was so vanilla.
Yeah.
The table hates me.
Mm-hmm. Table don't like you.
So we're back in.
Yeah, you guys are back.
I'm gonna go straight to my room to cry. You can hear me softly crying through the walls because I imagine the walls aren't great in this place because it needs. You can just hear me quietly crying.
Aurelia, when you're done, you know we got a lot of stuff.
Well, you also have the morning if you wish.
Yeah, we'll see you in the morning.
So you guys all bed down for the night.
Is that a long rest?
You guys may mark off a long rest. Aurelia, as you sob yourself to sleep late at night,
Oh god.
you hear an accompanying sob echoing through the halls.
Oh, is the ghost bang? Is the ghost commiserating with me? Can I detect? Can I detect?
There is
What do I throw?
no, you just do it. You just mark off a use of your divine sense and
Okay, there we go. I want to find out what.
yeah, you detect an undead within 60 feet somewhere in the common space below you.
Question for the
Below me?
DM.
Okay.
Yeah, only Aurelia hears it.
Okay, because Daerwyn doesn't sleep, so
Sure.
that was my question. Okay.
Can I go downstairs to investigate?
And actually, I'm forgetting. You're on the first floor of the manor, right?
I'm in
Yeah, I
the
feel like the
room
map.
Does
where I
not
get the
include
spire.
bar.
I go up. Yeah.
Oh, did we? Yeah, which room did we settle on for you?
I'm in the top spire, I believe.
Yeah.
Like, because I don't need like a
Yes.
bed.
You have the room with
Yeah.
Daerwyn had the room with the spire. I think Aurelia had the.
Aurelia had them with the master.
I had a room with the
bathroom.
bath. I had a room with a bath.
No,
This is
Jill,
way too
sorry.
green.
Jill, you're in the attic.
That's right. I'm in the attic.
Yeah.
Daerwyn has the room with the spire, and
In the private bath.
Aurelia.
I have the
Where's my
shared
divine?
bath.
no.
No, I'm in the
Yeah.
library. I'm sorry, I'm in the library.
Yeah, Daerwyn has the one labeled master. No, excuse me. Aurelia has
No,
the one
Aurelia
labeled-
does.
I will go back. You know what? I will go back and watch the video later. It doesn't matter at this juncture.
I want to go down.
We're
and
in our
investigate,
bedrooms.
please.
Yeah. As you make your way, you don't see anything. You just hear the slight echo of a sobbing
Is it
voice
Myrtle?
and the slamming of a door.
That was great timing.
Can I detect where it's coming from? Like, could I follow the sob? Or is it?
Yeah.
You might have to keep
yeah.
sobbing though, to draw because
Okay.
you heard it in response
draw
to the
it out.
sobbing. Yeah.
Keep crying. Meanwhile, you guys are hearing me crying throughout the house, like moving through rooms, just crying.
Yeah. So as
I'm a very
I think you know what, you are in the master if I remember correctly. So as you leave the
Yeah,
master,
she is.
you hear the sob sort of sink through the floor to the floor below.
Okay.
If you follow it, it seems to be coming from the common room.
Is it the cellar again? Oh
No, the
room.
common
Okay,
the
I'll
common
go.
room. So the sort of dining room entryway of the manor house itself.
Okay, I'd like to go there, please.
There's a couple. There's like a cask of ale that was left there that you guys brought in, and some leftovers from breakfast, and scrawled
Can
in
I
all
detect good and evil?
the. Sure, you can spend a spell slot on that.
Oh, do I want to spend it because I want to find out?
So go ahead and mark off the spell slot. And what does that spell say it does?
Detect good and evil. So it is for the duration. You know if there is an aberration, celestial, elemental, fey, fiend, or undead within 30 feet of you, as well as where the creature is located. Because I want to know where it is.
So it is currently sort of in the space of the dining room table at the center of this common room. And you see scrawled on the table in the crumbs and broken parts of the cask that it broke, broken pieces of glass, it just says, "Get out."
Not very welcoming.
And then the crying ceases. The crying ceases, and then the presence seems to reside in the tavern below.
You mean
Okay,
recede
I'm not
or
sleeping tonight.
Yeah, recede into the tavern below.
okay?
Okay.
All right.
I guess I'll go back to bed and not sleep. That's
Okay.
fine.
Aurelia, if you could do me a favor, click on the conditions button on your sheet somewhere, and mark
Conditions?
off.
Oh no.
And mark 1 level of exhaustion for me.
Oh, okay.
Oh, because she didn't sleep.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, where is that?
Can Daerwyn get exhausted?
Present. Okay, 1. There we go. 1 exhaust. Oh, look at the little man on his knees.
Yeah, if you don't do your 4 hours of meditation, you would be exhausted.
Okay.
You don't sleep, but your meditation is basically sleep.
Basically sleeping.
Yeah. If you don't meditate for the 4 straight hours, you are exhausted. You don't get your long rest if you don't meditate for the 4 straight hours.
But I don't need like an 8-hour sleep.
You don't need an 8-hour sleep, and you are easily roused from your meditation, right? So if let's say you're camping in the wilderness and something attacks you, you're instantly alert, as opposed to everyone else having to sort of wake up and stir and rise and come to. Yes, Zach.
Before I try to do this and you tell me I can't, if I used one of my healing spells, I assume that the cleansing power of those spells would unexhaust that person.
No, actually. That would be a spell called Lesser Restoration, and I don't even know if that'll do it. Let me double check. It might be Greater Restoration that does it, but hold on.
And Potion of Healing wouldn't do it either.
No.
No healing would help with exhaustion.
Yeah, healing and exhaustion are separate tracks, sort of.
What about a firm like paw to the cheek?
You're gonna knock me out? Sweet.
No, just like a boop, surprise.
Be like a puff.
No,
ball.
like
I like that.
like splash water on them kind of thing.
Yeah.
So, Greater Restoration does it, which is a 5th level spell. So it's exhaustion is a.
Well, I'll remember that. I'll remember that when I have access to 5th level spells, when somebody is a little sleepy, which I feel like is not a problem that people will experience when their party has access to 5th level spells. Nobody's a little cranky in the morning.
Which is a level 9 is when you get 5th level spells.
Yeah.
So, Aurelia, while exhausted...
Yeah. I'm a little brokenhearted too. Is that a condition? Do I need to be put down brokenhearted?
So, I will say, that's partly why you can go a day without sleep. Part of the reason you have exhaustion is the effects of being around a ghost and in despair.
Okay. That's fine.
That tracks.
You have disadvantage
Maybe. Aurelia, you're delightful, but if you waved less,
you'd be less. It's a lot of strain.
Maybe
a lot of strain on
your arm. Maybe you'd have more energy reserves. Just because you're so outgoing and it's so wonderful to be around you, but you put a lot of energy into the world, and when you don't receive that energy back, it can be a little tiring.
And I will also.
Tiring.
I am also going to say we are not going to be using the D&D 5th edition exhaustion rules as written.
Yeah, fuck those rules.
Well, we'll talk about that in a future video on the channel.
YouTube.com/Rookies and Rulebooks.
Yeah, right here where you're watching this video. Great.
Yeah, while you're watching the stream. Subscribe while you're at it.
Jessica, while you have 1 point of exhaustion, you subtract 1 from all of your rolls. Which is better than the actual exhaustion effect, because the actual exhaustion effect is while you're exhausted, you have disadvantage on all your rolls, which mathematically is closer to a -5.
Yes.
I'll tell you what, Sean. So we're back in time has no meaning. We can do whatever. Is it gaming the system to have a lazy Sunday.
No.
And we will come back and talk on Monday.
Nope. If you wanted to, you could.
Can we just say like, can I come down in my robes,
pajamas,
and actually my
Do you have
actual
bunny slippers?
pajamas.
Please tell me you have bunny slippers.
They're not bunny slippers. They're lion slippers.
Oh, perfect. I like the
They're little
lion
lions
thing.
on them.
Everything's lion
Yeah.
themed.
Leonin are proud
You have
people.
a robe
Yeah.
that's like covered in lions. Your pajamas are
Yeah,
just your face, just like
it's kind of it's vegan. My fancy robe is vegan in the sense that it's just my like combings that coat it. So it's not no Leonin. Yeah, no Leonin were harmed in the making of my Leonin robe. But can I propose that if I come downstairs and say, oh, really, I'm sorry that you're having a bad day, and I make out of our rations, I go light a little fire in the camp, and I make some porridge and a little cider, and then let's just we have a lot to think about, and
Chat.
YouTube is broadcasting. It seems it's very behind.
For those wondering,
YouTube is always behind.
So while I double check all this, for those wondering, the exhaustion rules we will be using are the exhaustion rules that could be found in playtest 1 of the 1 D&D playtest documents that were released earlier this year. So it's a 10-step exhaustion track rather than a 6-step exhaustion track.
And I really don't, Sean. I really don't want to game it. Like that is a real world thing that happened.
That is exactly so.
If we recognize that, can we? Yeah.
Exactly what you're describing is totally within, because we're technically within downtime, so it's totally within bounds. Yeah, you're totally fine. Just remember, time is still progressing.
Sure, time is progressing, but
time has
and we haven't established what day of the week the opera was on, but I'm assuming a Friday or a Saturday.
No, that was Tuesday. Chess 2 was the date.
Well, fucking.
So the equivalent of Tuesday, March 2nd.
But why?
Because that's the current date.
It's cheaper.
Who's been tracking?
It's cheaper to go to the theater at that time.
Yeah, it's true.
Sean.
Well, so
you know how these.
Are you guys okay with doing that?
Yeah, I'm fine with it. Sean, is there a medieval equivalent of Last Resort by Papa Roach? Can I be playing that softly in my room?
Yeah, it's. So I'll tell you, it is the medieval equivalent of Last Resort by Papa Roach is in fact just Last Resort by Papa Roach, but on a lute.
Perfect.
That's probably in Orcish.
Good.
I think Papa Roach would sing in Orcish.
Can you just sadly singing in Orcish?
Yeah.
Playing a lute.
So you guys take the a lazy Wednesday it is now. And really remember it's a 10-day week, so using days of the week as in Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday doesn't really work. But you take a lazy third day of the week, and pass chess 3, and Jess, you can remove that point of exhaustion.
With Daerwyn's lazy day, she is playing her flute, her lute, her pan flute. She's playing the pan flute, and if Aurelia and Godrick happen to hear her, it is some of the music from the opera they had seen the night before.
Okay.
Oh, I love that. I love it. She loves it.
I think, and I think Last Resort was what was playing at the final battle in.
Oh, so she's going.
So if anyone is interested, I have linked into our socials and into the chat a ukulele cover of Last Resort, which is like what I'm hearing in my head. Is basically so if you want to get the ambiance of Troll School Tavern right now.
What I've done to the tavern. What I've just...
that's a different one. That's Lincoln Park, but
what I've done. So
Nice.
I see what you did there. So the day passes mostly uneventfully, and in the evening, let's do this.
Don't use that chart. We're sitting in our house. Nothing can happen to us.
I gotta determine. I gotta determine
You got a ghost.
which one of you the ghost interacts with.
Oh god. Please not me again. I'm so sad.
It's all ghost.
Daerwyn.
Oh, could I during that time told them
Yeah,
about
yeah,
the
yeah.
sign that she
Yeah.
Okay, cool.
Sorry I didn't sleep well. Fucking ghost.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Fucking ghost.
Told us to get out.
Daerwyn.
Yeah.
Oh.
Just in the night, it's abnormally cold up in the attic. To the point where, in early spring, your breath is fogging up, and there is a chill through the attic. You realize it is an unnatural presence, but no overt miscellany happens. You awaken on chess 4.
On what?
Chess, the month of chess. CHES.
I
is
would-
the month.
I would like, we're all assumed to have basic rations. I would like to, at the expense of maybe going hungry, on the next day, make a fairly extensive breakfast in the tavern over the fire, and like have a pot of tea or coffee, whatever is appropriate, and then like just make it using like making the best I can out of the adventurer's rations I have, but with a little bit more care and preparation, and so that the smell would wake up my compatriots and
Sure. So
they would come down.
Both chess, or excuse me, both tea and coffee exist. Real quick, something I want to double check. Aurelia and Godrick, what is your lifestyle expenses? What does that look like? What lifestyle are you used to living? And I'm going to pull up the chart for this so that I have it.
I don't comfortable.
A modest lifestyle keeps you out of the slums and ensures you can maintain your equipment. You live in an older part of town, renting a room or a boarding house. You don't go hungry or thirsty. Your living conditions are clean. Ordinary people living modest lifestyle include soldiers, soldiers with family, laborers, students, priests, hedge wizards, and the like. Comfortable means you can afford nicer clothing, you can easily maintain your equipment, you live in a small cottage or middle-class neighborhood, or in a private room at a fine inn. You associate with merchants, skilled tradespeople, and military officers.
I am comfortable. My background is very scholarly,
Mm-hmm.
and I have a family wealth, which led to my larger than normal gold stack to begin with.
So, Zach, if you can, for the passage of time, we're going to reduce the cost of living because you have a place to stay. For the passage of time, if you can mark off 3 gold.
W.
And then
I'm going to mark off 1 gold. I'm going to mark off 1 gold because I did not add my gold that I got back, but I am meticulously keeping it.
Daerwyn, you don't have to mark off anything. Yours is provided.
I was gonna say this is what Mert pays for, just for everyone who is
Well,
curious. This is what
and
Mert
my-
pays for.
Yeah. My understanding is that the what is the amount of time in game, and what is it a does it relate to like a gold, a 10-day or something? In terms of me,
Comfortable is 2 gold a day.
2 gold a day.
Mhm.
And so we haven't been tracking that really.
Nope, I've let you know when it was necessary.
Okay, cool.
Yeah.
So you don't need me to do anything else.
Nope.
Okay.
Aurelia, what is your lifestyle expense?
I was a butcher, so
probably comfortable.
yeah.
Excuse me.
That's a skilled. That's
probably modest.
Oh,
It's a skilled trade, though.
I was, yeah.
So Jess, you can mark off 5 silver, half a gold.
Is it base 10? Is it 10 bronze and silver, 10 silver or gold?
Yeah, it's base 10.
Okay.
5 silver, 1 gold, right?
No. Well, I'm saying.
No.
Oh, sorry.
5.
Sorry. Excuse me. A gold, 1 gold, 5 silver, so 15 silver total. Which is what I said, I guess. What I meant to say was, while you're staying at the tavern, it's 5 silver a day for you to live modest, because you're not paying the expense of.
How do I take that off gold?
Just convert. Just convert the gold. Just convert 1 gold, any amount of gold, to that much times 10 silver, right? So if you want to convert 5 gold to 50 silver, you can do that so that you have expenses.
Oh, there's a fucking conversion chart in here. I'm so dumb sometimes.
There's
like
some awkwardness
not just with D&D Beyond is trying to help me all the time, and
Always.
I just won't let it.
Yeah. Always.
You're like, no.
I just won't click on the thing that I am wasting time asking about.
Always. All right. So the day begins. You have you've got your
big breakfast.
Big
Lots
breakfast.
of smells.
And that's why I was doing the calculation there, because that's coming out of your lifestyle, right? So
yeah.
You going out and getting food, food to feed yourselves, that's part of that lifestyle expense. That's why, like, I don't track, like, when you go to the bar and you order a beer, I'm not like, oh yeah, mark off the 3 silver for that. That's part of your lifestyle expense. Yeah.
Sure.
So, all right, you guys you make a big breakfast, and you've got a few choices in front of you. So what I mean, you talk amongst yourselves. How do you want to proceed?
I feel like we should go to the what were the fancy people who were all
the Castellaners.
Yes,
I agree. I think that an honest job with no strings. An honest job with no strings is always the best option. I don't know how long Mert will wait on the offer of joining the Harpers, but I am interested in that.
Don't worry about Mert. Don't worry about
Mert.
Don't worry about.
Well, I just think I think it could be useful, and the honestly, I've always kind of admired the Harpers. They they're friends of the Watchful Order of Mages. The order is often called to consult with the Harpers on matters of the arcane. But so I'm interested in the future. But
I'm interested.
The arcane is magic, right?
Yeah,
I think so too.
The order would be an example of someone they would call on to deal with. The Harpers very much work in a way that they find the information and then someone else deals with the problem. Is sort of how the Harpers operate. Now, that's not always true. There are examples of Harper agents that would deal with the problem. You guys would be being recruited to be an example of the deal with the problem, sort of.
Right. Yeah, we're the agents of that.
Would
right?
Daerwyn have done a couple of deal with the problem?
That would be your relationship. Would be that sort of Same with
when both of you. What was it? Daerwyn and Vandal.
Daerwyn and Aurelia both were.
Aurelia did it as well.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Yeah, and that's why Daerwyn's not as concerned.
I should note. You notice that Vandal has not returned from.
Is anyone else worried about that? Because he said he was.
I will also say.
How long does it take to go to?
I will also say, for simplicity's sake, you're not worried about it.
Yeah. Okay. So I wasn't. I wasn't worried about it because.
Yeah. It's just.
We didn't know. we didn't know we didn't know where he had to travel to do this, you know.
Right.
If it's external to Waterdeep, or you know, we also have don't we have the walkie-talkie stones?
No, you do not. You do not have walkie-talkie stones.
I thought we had when we were in that dungeon. We could talk to each other.
Nope.
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 When we were in the sewers.
Nope.
Nope.
This came up last time as well.
This came up last time, and we didn't.
Well, if I keep gaslighting, then
yeah,
eventually...
if you keep trying, eventually it might work.
Eventually, someone will be like, you know what? It'll be like a.
Sean will be like, you know what? I feel like we talked about this last time, and I think you do.
A Mandela. It'll be like a Mandela effect. Like,
Yeah,
we
exactly.
did have that, didn't we?
Yeah, we do have that. How would we talk about it every session? So obviously you had
Obviously, they must
Obviously,
be there.
it happened.
I am just raising Zach's hand. I think that David will be cool.
Yeah.
With
you guys
whatever,
make whatever decision
we
you guys
decide as
Okay.
this decision, and it needs to be made. It needs to be made in this session. Our next course of action.
It needs to be made in the next 30 seconds. And as somebody who has
Right.
decent rapport with Mert, I say go with the castle lanterns because Mert's gonna still be interested. He's
Mert's
not
gonna
be
Mert.
like, oh, I have somebody else.
Right.
Like,
I like that
am I
idea the
correct?
best.
Am I correct in saying that, Sean? I don't want to like. I don't like the shirt.
Every course of action you want to take is a valid course of action.
But our like we were approached based on we're really based on Aurelia, but by extension us, our even though we're not doing alignment, our general good alignment,
General bearing,
and also our abilities. Unless the Castellaners thing is something like I was saying, like unless they are, hey, we're gonna flood the wharf section because there's too many half-orcs. Like, then we can accept this mission. You know, we do have to think about the our effect on the Waterdeep situation, I guess. You know, as long as if they want us to go find a necklace, then let's go find that necklace, you know?
It's a stone rather than a necklace, correct? Or is it the necklace that we're going for?
Well, yeah, I think it is. I think you're right. I was giving a broad example of like if the quest is go fetch or go handle this evil, then I think that we're pretty free and clear, and it doesn't mean that any of these other avenues are cut off to us necessarily. And I think we're all pretty much in agreement that we don't want to be beholden to loan sharks, which even Mert is the least disagreeable loan shark. But then, and again, I don't think, you know, if the Castellaners turn out, if they decide that we can't do their offer anymore, Mert would be the one that I would go with, because a little bit of ownership in our situation is not extremely disagreeable in the amount of money or in the situation, I feel like. But I don't think we need it when we can earn our own money.
And you can always, not to tell you what to do, you can always talk down that percentage for Mert. Right? You guys didn't do any. You guys didn't do.
I was trying to, and then I got pulled away from it. So.
Well, no, but you were making it seem like you were trying to make the loan in it. See, this is where you need to.
And then explicit. I went in there and I said, "Give me the good stuff," and he didn't.
Well, hold on. You asked about guild fees.
Okay, but also he could have said, guild fees, no. But also, maybe I know the guys at the lumberyard, and I can help with your material cost.
But I'm telling you, that's not the place to. I'm saying that's not the place where you can negotiate. You can negotiate on his ownership percent. That is a possibility.
I see.
That's what I'm trying to tell you. His ownership,
We'll
the
see.
10%, you can probably drop that down.
Well, and we could also do that maybe after we've gained a little favor.
Yeah. You don't
too.
have to do that. That doesn't have to be immediate. That could be, what have you.
Sean, I'm
Yes.
I'm sorry, you go.
No, Jess, you go.
Zach, did you want to? Okay. If I use detect good and evil, can people tell when I use that?
That
putting it out there. If I said I want to figure out if the Castellantas are vampires, and I want to do detect good and evil to find out if they're undead, will they know?
It depends on their passive perception, right?
Let's look at detect good and evil.
Because if I just want to figure out what people are about, I just want to know, do I have to, be aware that they're going to know?
What if you just hold up your hammer and I angle around behind them? I see if they reflect in it.
Detect good
Is that
and
a
evil.
D&D thing? Do vampires have reflections in D&D?
Roll a religion check? Religion or
damn
arcana check?
It's going to be an arcana check.
Should have asked the question.
It is fucking... It's a nat 1, so
I believe
it's a 6, but
now, Godrick,
it's critical fail.
Godrick, you have inspiration if you'd like to.
I'm not wasting inspiration on whether or not vampires have reflections. I don't care to know.
And
I'll find out.
I don't know the answer to this.
Chat? Does chat know?
Yeah, chat.
Well, I don't care what.
I don't have you pulled up, but I'll check.
But
I don't care what chat says. We don't. Could we? I mean, well, so okay, I'll roll again.
Oh, I did find
if
the
you
answer.
need me to.
Okay.
Are vampires persona non grata in Waterdeep?
Ooh. Give me
Like, if they were vampires, does
me
it matter?
Give me
I feel like this should be its own video.
give me a history check. No, this is.
I rolled a separate dice and it was a 1 again. It's a
Dice
6
fail.
again. I rolled two dice and got 2 1s.
You've heard rumors of vampires in Waterdeep.
Cool.
Can I do the
might
same
exist,
check,
they
or
might
do we
not.
just
Sure.
exhaust our options?
Yeah, if you want.
Oh. Okay.
I
That
did
is
2
what-
plus 5 checks that I got not 1s on.
Hell, I'll do it too. What are we rolling?
This would be history to find out. So if you want to find
actually,
out,
no, what's
if you
my
want to find out
background?
the nature of vampires, it'll be Arcana or, religion. If you want to find out whether or not vampires are a known quantity in Waterdeep, that's history.
Okay,
I'm gonna do the Arcana.
15.
And that's
I
for
went
what
15.
check?
History. I went history.
You've heard rumors of vampires in Waterdeep.
You
Okay,
motherfucker.
so yeah.
Hey, just because you fail doesn't mean I can't tell you the truth.
I got 14.
Hold on. We'll get to
On
that
what
in a
check,
second.
Jill?
That's Arcana.
Arcana.
As far as vampires in Waterdeep, you have heard rumor of them existing in the city.
My question was, what is the public's perception of? And I'm not trying to retcon it. Like, are they bad?
Vampires bad.
Vampires bad.
Yeah.
If the Castellaners, who are a noble family, turned out to be vampires, not good for the Castellaners.
Not good for the Castellaners.
So I don't. Yeah. Okay.
Yeah, but explicitly,
Do
you've
they
heard.
if I detect them?
Detect good and evil is a verbal and somatic casting requirement.
Okay.
Meaning
Can
that
I
requires.
whisper it?
You can. You're still waving your arm, Avatar: Last Airbender style.
They also
Hey,
they've
John,
I curtsy
Avatar
very
is
awkwardly. They might
way
think I'm
after-
curtsying again.
Sean, Avatar is way after the events of Waterdeep Dragon Heist. You're gonna need to use references that are in.
No. What I'm saying is Jill tries to equate everything.
Jill,
like,
I got your back, Jill.
Jill tries
He's
to
not doing
equate
this
everything
stuff.
like it's inspired by the properties she likes from the mid 2000s.
That's not what I said. That's not what I
No,
said.
it's reference. It's reference.
It's reference.
Only the players are allowed to gaslight. The DM is
Jill,
not allowed to gaslight.
As far as vampires go and their nature, vampires abhor sunlight. The touch of sunlight burns them. They never cast shadow or reflection. And if they wish to move unnoticed among the living, they have many ways to do so.
I've seen them in the sunlight. Okay, so they're not vampires because I went to them during the day and they were sitting out in the courtyard.
What is the caveat if they wish to move among the living? They have many ways to do so. Does that mean that there's all those things that they have traits of, but they can
They have ways around
negate them?
Yeah, no.
If
It means they can very Bram Stoker.
It means that they can like put their fangs back in their mouth.
Yeah,
and, like they don't show up
or turn
as vampires,
or turn into mist, or a bat, or a wolf, or a.
Can they wear
right,
sunscreen?
but they can't like they can't decide like we're trying to move like the sun's out. I'm just gonna twinkle and cast a shadow.
Right,
they can't do that.
There might be magical items that would allow them to do that, but by their own nature, no, they don't have a way to do that.
Okay.
Can they
I've
wear
seen them out in the
sunscreen?
sun, so I think they're not vampires.
They cannot wear sunscreen. But they
I
might
would
be
love
able
to go and chat with them.
There would be spells that would be able to change their shape into something that doesn't that does cast a shadow or doesn't isn't harmed by sunlight. So there are other ways for them to go around it. But
okay.
But I'm saying vampires at their core do not have that. But within the world of D&D, there are other ways around that.
Can they be? Is it a whole invite them in thing as well? Is it like that kind of level too, where you have to invite them in?
Potentially, you're not sure.
So I have a proposition. Really, I hear your concerns, and you know, as we know, vampires don't cast a reflection and they don't have a shadow, but they have many ways around that. And you know, just so we have, because we all know that.
God.
If maybe, so we're gonna send them a message. There's a park a few blocks away. Let's send them a paper bird and invite them to a meeting to discuss. Let's invite them to a public place. Let's not meet them on their terms and in the sun. Yeah, during the day, and that'll give us just a little bit of a, you know,
can we invite them to
an insight if they. Well, we can barbecue a little if we need to. I don't, you know,
them in the sun.
I don't know the accoutrement of the park, but you know,
Daerwyn, you hear
let's go.
something slip and clatter outside one of the windows.
Does she know which window?
Yeah.
Okay, so she's gonna go and investigate. She's gonna go walk over to whatever window it was and look outside.
Having recently just fallen on his ass is a small tiefling boy in a tattered robe with an eye patch.
Oh. Like out.
Hey,
Okay.
Oh, just that's it. That's it.
Well,
I wasn't.
Youngling,
I wasn't listening. I swear.
Don't loiter outside.
Wait,
Come inside.
Wait, are we inside the house?
I assumed you guys were down
Well, I
at the
assumed
tavern.
you were. Yeah,
we're in
you were peeking your head
so
out the
he's
window, and then he's outside, but can we poke our heads out the window and talk to him?
Yeah. I mean, there's
He's on
not
his butt
much
outside, right?
There's not much glass in the windows, so yeah.
Right.
Um.
Put that sign.
Come inside, youngling. Come inside. Please don't be shy.
What if I'm a vampire?
He's not old enough to.
I've already invited you.
I know.
I've already
How do you know
invited
about
you, so.
vampires?
Because you
How
were
do you know
just
about
talking about vampires.
You said you weren't listening.
But I've invited you in.
Oh,
Listening.
well, I lied.
Why? Is this some truth serum thing? What's going on here?
No, what? You notice he's like 10.
Sonny,
What are you doing here?
if the vampire, I've known a few vampires in my day, and the vampire that would turn a 10-year-old, instead of consuming them, has never been born. You have nothing to offer as a boy to the vampire cult, and
I make a great spot. You know what?
Yeah, obviously not.
Maybe I will
Obviously
become
not.
a vampire.
And I would like to use. I don't know if I need to use Daunting Roar, but I would like to intimidate this kid.
It's up to you. Do you
Get
want to use
inside.
What the
Let's talk.
heck?
I do want
Why?
to use Daunting Roar. I do want to use Daunting Roar. I want to bring him inside.
What is
We
the
need to talk to him.
What is the saving throw for Daunting Roar? You know, it doesn't matter. I rolled a 4. He fails.
He does feel that.
He climbs right in through the window, and then takes a seat on one of the tables.
Efficient.
Okay, I'm here.
Boy,
On
what's your
one of the tables,
name?
did you say?
Oh, I'm sorry. Is it a
It is a boy.
tiefling boy?
Mhm.
What's your name, son?
Squidly.
Oh, Squidly. I know that this building has been unoccupied for some time, but we're the new owners, and my name is Godrick, and these are my friends Aurelia and Daerwyn, and
looks around at you.
we're trying to fix up the place. It might be a little bit of a slow process, but we're really interested in meeting everybody in the neighborhood, and you
Godrick,
have no
he was
fear of
outside
any of
our-
us. You
our
don't have
window,
to.
spying on us. What
Yeah,
are you?
but he's just a
what do you mean,
boy.
what?
He's
No.
just
We are-
listening. You know.
Daerwyn, I'm right here, right? We should be asking him what he was doing, spying on us.
I was gonna offer to send the message for you.
Oh, you're the boy we hired. Hi.
Oh, yes,
Well,
I'm the boy you hired. That'll be 2 silver
Hi.
piece.
Oh wait, he heard us talk about them being vampires. Guys, can
Son.
we get another one?
Where do you stay around here?
Sometimes.
Where are your parents?
Not around. I can tell you that now. They're not around.
Investigation.
He suddenly
Investigation check.
He suddenly sinks his head, looking very, very sad when you bring up his
Oh
parents.
no, he's an orphan.
Yeah, of course
He's
he
little
is. I knew
orphan
it was
Annie.
gonna happen.
Son, lots of us don't have parents. It's not it's not a attribute. It's just a part of being born on the Sword Coast. My question is, are you here because you live in the area, or were you sent here to listen to us? Intimidation, whatever I can put into that.
Yeah,
I'll roll checks.
Just roll a charisma check for me. Don't add any.
I'm really more trying in that answer, trying to intimidate than
Yeah,
like
I
be his
know.
buddy.
I know, but go ahead.
I'll do it. I'll do a
just
charisma.
charisma.
Yeah. Charisma is a. I see. Oh, charisma is a sorry, it's a 16.
16. Well, I was sent here, but not by anyone bad.
Well, who sent you here, buddy?
Nat.
Do we know Daerwyn?
You don't know a Nat.
You know Nat? You don't know. Hey, buddy. We have lots of contacts. We're people that have been all over and done all sorts of jobs. Remind me, Nat. Who was Nat? I recognize the name. For sure. I'm just trying to remember who maybe that we haven't responded to in a while, and who would need our attention. Who is Nat?
While you're asking this question, Daerwyn, again, passive perception. You notice out of a different window a small, what looks like leather ball with straw for hair and the tip of an arrowhead for a beak. It looks vaguely like a thatched owlbear. About this big, is sticking up through one of the window hatches, and you hear a voice saying, "What do you see?"
Hey,
Excuse
Just
Excuse me?
Daerwyn's the only one. Sorry.
Yeah, Daerwyn's the only one.
Daerwyn's the only one.
So Daerwyn's gonna go. Is it on like the main floor where I can like grab it?
Yeah. It's like it would be high for a child, but not high for an adult.
Can I go grab the
Yeah.
arrow beak thing?
You reach out, grab the owlbear. It's like a basketball-sized owlbear. And looking over, there is a small, dark-skinned boy in a tattered red cloak. Looks like he is of Termish or Mulhorand descent.
We're accumulating orphans
Can
at an
I-
alarming rate, people.
We have breakfast
Can
too.
I,
Bring them in.
what's
Bring them in
my
for some.
what's my teleport thing?
Misty Step.
Can I do my Misty Step and appear behind him?
Sure. You do.
Love that.
I mean, you just snatched the bear out of his hand, so he knows you're there. But you go immediately behind you.
But
He goes,
still,
In case he wants to run.
oh, and he levels his stick at you, and he goes, "You're a wizard too. Can I have my familiar back?
Toe.
You took my familiar."
He's so cute. So little. Oh, it's his familiar. You made a familiar. It's a little thing.
And he holds his hand out.
she like hesitantly gives it back.
And then he cuddles up. "I'm sorry."
So for Godrick and I, she's just poofed out of the establishment.
Yeah,
She's
yeah.
just poofed away.
Right,
Okay, cool.
right.
Okay, that's fine.
So while
Hey,
Daerwyn, while you're there,
hey.
Godrick, the what was his name? Squidly. Squidly answers, yeah, you know, Nat, she's the boss.
Of who?
Did that elf just disappear?
Hey, Squidly. If you have friends outside, bring them in. You know, we're just all sitting down here and we're having breakfast, and we have plenty more for 2 more mouths. Are y'all hungry? Would you like to come inside and have some breakfast?
I'm hungry.
And we can
I'm
all
hungry.
Talk?
And he immediately
Yeah,
goes.
we have
He
the
immediately
whole
goes and
fixings
starts
right
eating
here.
breakfast. He can't hear a
Yeah.
thing you're saying.
And Squidly, call to your friend outside and tell him to offer if he comes inside.
Shit.
Daerwyn outside with this other boy whose name you don't know.
What's
You see him signing to someone,
Like
like
signing,
making
like,
making hand signals
signing.
to someone. And then you see from another alleyway, much taller than the other two, skinny young girl, with what looks like a wooden sword, come out of the corner and goes and joins you.
Can we help you?
The little boy goes, "Oh, that's Nat. She's our boss."
I'm sorry. The okay.
Daerwyn's
Yeah.
gonna look her up and down.
Nat looks you up
You're
and
a-
down in the same way.
Hey,
Ooh, I like her.
hey, Daerwyn, is everything okay out there? Everything good? Do you need help?
I don't even. I'm looking. You're a wee lass, aren't you? Well, yo, are you playing a game? What?
The whole time you're talking, the boy in the red cloak is making hand signals at her.
Looks between the two of them.
Oh, Nat can't hear you.
What you mean?
Her ears don't work. She can't hear you.
But you can hear me, right?
I'm breaking Jess. And Daerwyn, I will point out, if you could do me a favor and roll just a wisdom check for me.
Is Aurelia about to adopt 3 orphans out of the pure fact that she's broken hearted?
Not if I beat you to it.
Wisdom?
Go.
Just straight wisdom.
Sorry, hold on. My app closed for some reason. Oh, not now. Don't update. Sorry. Wisdom check. 12.
You don't recognize. You've seen sign language before. You don't recognize any of this sign language.
Oh.
Yeah. So not that you understand. Your character doesn't understand sign language, but you don't recognize any of this sign language.
Street urchin
So
sign
she's gonna look between Jenks, I'm assuming. I don't know his name yet.
Yeah, he tells you,
But I know
I'm
that
Jenks,
she's
by
Nat.
the way. Yeah. Yeah.
Okay.
And
so
then
she's gonna look between Jenks and Nat, and she's gonna go, you can hear right. What is all this?
well, oh, did we lose Jess? We lost Jess. Jessica,
Uh-oh.
I need you to come back, please. He says, excuse me. We saw you guys moved in, and, we used to hide in here sometimes, and we figured, maybe, we could help you?
You're not.
Are the
more
rest
than
of
what,
us-
in 10 years?
Oh, I'm 9.
How? No, oh, so you're not more than 10 years, is what I'm hearing.
No.
How can you help us?
I'm a wizard.
Your familiar is a scarecrow ball.
Yeah, he's great. Isn't he? And he holds him up. Proud. All proud.
Oh, that's so cute, though.
We have no windows, we have no walls.
No, you can. You guys can hear each other through this window.
Can I become a part of the conversation?
Yeah, so I assume everyone's going to go inside at some point, because they hear the.
Well, I would like to invite them inside.
case
But
they're
what I would like to do
In case
is
the
I have
vampires.
I have parchment and quill and ink, and so I've dipped the quill in ink, and I've given the parchment I'm holding it out to Jinx, and I say, Jinx, I would love to talk to Nat. Also, do I need to do that? Because I understand all written language, but I understand that that's written.
Yeah, so
and maybe the sign language is not written.
Would not be written.
So I'm providing a dipped quill and parchment to Nat.
So I understand.
like-
I understand. So Squidly,
Yeah.
Squidly answers from a mouthful of whatever you've cooked. Were we here to translate for you?
Oh.
She doesn't know her letters.
Oh, it's because she's a street urchin.
But if she writes down,
She can't write, Godrick.
if she writes
can't
down
write.
the hand motions for her letters, I will understand it.
Oh,
No.
But she doesn't know her letters.
That's
Yes,
not-
I will.
That's not
It says
how.
any
She doesn't.
That's not
know her
all
letters.
writing.
Zach, that's not how language works. But I'm telling you, there's no language barrier because the 3 of them can translate for each other. So it's fine.
But are they going to be honest,
Oh,
Sean?
well, that's a whole other conversation.
Okay. I guess also she gets lie in her writing
yeah,
of
she can lie in
sign
in sign language too.
Okay, it's fine. You've seen
How
my
armed are these
around
children?
my ruse.
How many weapons do these children have?
well,
I'd like to know.
They have like
They
wooden
come with-
swords and things, right?
Yes, but I just
Ja-
want to know.
Jenks clearly has a stick.
And
Stick.
Owlbear. He's
And
got
an owlbear.
Nat has, and Jenks has a stick and what looks like a potion bottle full of milk. Nat has a wooden sword, and Squidly has what looks like a leather sack with some sticks with feathers attached to the backs of them, and what can only be described as a toy bow.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, they're so precious.
So, Nat signs something to them, and Squidly says, again through a full mouth of food, so do you want us to deliver the message or not?
Well, Squilly, first things first. If anyone is hungry, we have plenty of food.
Oh, they've all
Please,
been
everyone.
helping. They've all been helping.
Oh, they've
themselves.
okay. They've eaten.
they've all been eating.
Squidly's just talking through a mouthful of food.
Sure, but everyone is eating and has been welcomed inside.
Mm-hmm.
Do they look starved?
No, they look.
Can
like
I
just keep plying them full of food?
They look like they're okay.
Can I table talk my compatriots?
Sure.
We can easily have this little squad hang out and help us around the neighborhood and help around the tavern, and we have so
You
much
say
room.
easily as if it will be easily. Who
Yeah,
who's to
like
say
we know that
it's
they're going to be so
or
chill
not?
to do this.
Well,
This could
they,
be a
they
lock,
might.
this could be a lock, stock, and barrel situation where they've got like an oogie boogie behind them.
Oh, I hope there's an oogie boogie.
They do kind of
mean,
look like
they're
they do
good-
kind of look like D&D Lock, Shock, and Barrel. That's actually
They're
pretty
lock,
good.
stock,
But-
and barrel. That was the first
really
thing that
are.
popped in my mind.
For
James is
okay, for
barrel.
sure.
Nat is
Dar-
But also,
Dar-
if we
Shock.
get, but also we have the ability to either co-opt or beat Oogie Boogie and have three
That's way
little
too in-depth.
kids.
Daerwyn, if you'd like, you can roll a insight check.
Don't mind if I do. Make it my
Hey, Sean, while she's
insight.
doing that, does healing light fix her mouth?
No.
Okay.
That would
Does
be, that
healing
would
like
be
make her
20.
make her
That would
talk?
be 20 on insight.
Okay. Look, they seem like they're after something, but they don't seem malicious or they seem opportunistic. Right? They see new people moving
that's
in.
still not good.
They see new people moving in who look like adventurers, and they're dressed like adventurers.
Oh, I love them.
So they don't seem
Can I ask them where they sleep at night? Where do they sleep at night?
Jenks chimes in and says, "Oh, that depends. Sometimes there's the old yellow tower. A lot of time Mishshore's got some good places to sleep. We used to sleep in here sometimes, but it's scary in here. There's the ghost. Lift's mean. And then
Who? Sorry, who? So, wait. Who? Who's mean?
the ghost,
What's
What's the ghost
the name
name?
of said ghost?
Liff.
Liv? You know Liv? Could you just I'm foreign, as you can tell by the task. Who? How do you know the name of the ghost?
He then signs something to Nat. Nat signs something back. He says, "I don't know. Nat says she heard it somewhere."
Can I roll
well-
for inside? Like, I
Yeah.
want to know if they can I
That's
tell if
insight.
they're intelligent?
Yeah.
Okay. It's a 15. I don't know.
Yeah, that seems. I mean, as much as you could tell from that exchange, that seems to be what it was.
Okay.
Hey, adventurers, please enjoy breakfast. I'm just gonna talk
I'll
to.
write down the message while you guys eat.
Yeah,
Just let me.
I'm just gonna talk to my compatriots. We're gonna go down into the wine cellar real quick and and see if we have any more sweets for anybody. We're just learning this place, right?
So you guys descend into the wine cellar.
Could we go to No, they can't hear us. We can whisper, right? My thing here is they are very cute. And also, we're going to adventure.
So
and even if they aren't, they might not run the tavern. But right now the tavern is not running. And having some little like street rats running around telling us what's going on in exchange for a little bit of food and a place to stay. We have on the second floor, we have a whole bedroom we could give them easily, and they could have a roof over their heads, and they could stay here, and they could tell us what's going on when we adventure.
Sean's got his finger up. This isn't good.
Daerwyn, again, passive perception. They're not rolling very well tonight. You hear a plate clatter down the stairs, and the door to the cellar squeak open. And look up, and you see, again, Squidly eavesdropping. We could run the tavern!
Yeah, clearly there's no way to have a private conversation with these three.
Squidly!
But there's
Go sit at the table, close the door.
Okay.
That's full lion, like, intimidation.
He closes the door, and then you hear something scraping over the trapdoor.
Oh, how? I mean...
Oh,
Okay.
look, we found a whole lot of bread and cheese down here. I don't like bread or cheese, do you guys? It's just going to go to waste.
No, Aurelia, the only thing you find down there is a bunch of small bones.
No,
remember?
I'm lying.
No, that's
I know.
not what she's
I know, I just-
she's saying that.
I understand. I just wanted to remind you of the small bones down there.
No.
I know.
She's
I know
saying...
what's down there. I know what's down there.
Oh, there's a smorgasbord.
Cheese and bread.
Aurelia,
Oh my God.
did you know how much
Godrick,
cheese
I forgot
and meat was down
I mean,
here?
Aurelia, do you try
Can
the
you
door?
believe this?
Lactose intolerant and
Aurelia,
a celiac,
do you try-
right? Godrick, you can't have any of this.
Aurelia, do you
No,
try
I can't have it. Look, lions are traditionally lactose intolerant. Daerwyn, never sleeps, so a very short digestive window, not a cheese girl.
Is that how that works?
We know that.
Yes.
It's how it works for me. So I'm
Aurelia,
just applying my...
Aurelia, do you try the trapdoor?
No, I'm just saying things loud, but like, can
Okay.
I fit? Because I can just walk through it, right? I can just give it a.
You pull the trapdoor, and there's literally like half of a chair on it, and you just hear them giggling. You told us to close it. We wanted to keep you safe.
They've locked these little bastards.
No. It opens. No. It opens right up.
It's just like a silly... It's like a silly thing.
No, they were being silly.
Yeah, it's a silly thing.
These bastards are locking me in a cellar. They got nothing coming.
So
go through that thing.
Daerwyn, what do you think? Can we? We can't trust them to run our business, but we don't have a
Please
business.
don't.
We can't. We don't have a business right now. We're talking about what our next. We're talking about what our next adventure will be to fund this business, maybe. And these are little orphans, and they could let us know what's going on.
Let me converse with the wee ones. So,
All right.
unbeknownst to other party members, is that Daerwyn has a very she has a soft spot for those who are like orphaned and away from their families and etc. So can
Do you have
she go
another
back
Misty?
upstairs?
Do you have another Misty step? Can you like teleport back into the tavern and have this conversation?
She did that once, so she's already aware that they know.
I
that
think
she can
you
do
have
that.
2 Misty steps, right?
I do.
Okay.
But I'm assuming they're already aware that she can do that, so she's probably not.
Mm-hmm.
Sure, I'm just talking about the impact of our
she's
prowess on those girls.
Like I said, she has a soft spot for like people who have been like disposed and like so she'll go upstairs and she'll who's the Jenks
the names are left to right. The names match
That's
with the order. Yeah. Okay.
But Nat is the deaf leader.
Where are y'all coming from?
Oh, around.
Here.
Yeah, around here. I mean, our legs aren't very
Your
long.
entire lives, born and raised right here in Waterdeep.
They kind of look at each other, and as far as we can remember, yeah.
You've got no one to answer to.
Oh, we answered a Nat. I think we covered this.
Nat? Does Nat have anyone to answer to?
They signed a Nat, and Nat kind of looks at you, shakes her head, folds her arms.
Can I check that to make sure she's telling the truth?
Yeah.
Could we? I don't want to intercede. This is Daerwyn's conversation, but could Aurelia and I climb out of the?
I assume you guys are watching.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But it's Daerwyn's conversation.
Anyone who wants to can roll insight.
I'll roll insight on these goddamn shitty ass dice.
Oh, fuck.
Oh, fucking!
I will also say.
10.
I will also say at this
7.
point. Hold on. I will also say both Aurelia and Daerwyn, you can both check off an inspiration as well, for this session, for various things earlier in the session.
Check off an inspiration.
You can add.
I gotta take everything out of jail.
So
I put every single dice in jail.
I don't know where it is on the app, but there should be a spot for inspiration. It's kind of like an empty box. If you just click it, it'll add inspiration. Yeah, and you can.
It's right next to the health and damage.
Yeah, but they're
I got it.
But they're on the app, so it's
I know. But it's still the same on the app. I download the app.
It's still I'm still a +5 insight, so that didn't change.
But I'm saying you can.
No. Inspiration
lets you re-roll anything if you want to.
Oh.
Yeah.
So you just unclick that, and then you get to re-roll it.
Okay,
yeah, you get advantage on a.
Okay, well there was my advantage. I'm 24 now.
Yeah, seems to be telling the truth. Okay. You don't. I mean, it's more a matter of it's not a lie detector, but it's you don't notice any like tells of like.
Yeah.
It's hard to read Nat because she doesn't have vocal tells. So you're only looking at body language and facial expressions. But the two other boys don't seem to be showing any vocal tells at all. From what you can tell,
and they were also very comfortable. Or are they? They were not hesitant to come in and have a meal, and they didn't think anybody was gonna. Like I assume I've given Aurelia back her hammer. At this point, she has it. And they weren't like, I'm going to eat this bacon, and somebody's going to put a hammer in the back of my head. They were not concerned about coming and eating with us and letting their guard down. The boys.
No. So, yeah, they seem very comfortable. From what you could tell, Jenks is a lot more timid, whereas Squidly is very much going to be jumping up and impulsive and answering questions.
Okay.
From that insight. But yeah, for the most part, they don't seem to be hiding anything.
Why are you stewing about here?
Well, we've got to make money somehow. Adventurers usually need someone to go spy or send notes or, fight rats.
Fight rats?
Yeah, adventurers always going into tavern basements and fighting rats.
I'm sure we got plenty of those in our lovely of a basement.
It was a good Baldur's Gate reference for you.
I mean, it's every it's
every basement ever.
Question for the DM.
Mm-hmm.
If I were to give these 3 food and shelter in payment of like tidying and cleaning things, would that decrease our daily payment of living expense?
Possibly, but not by much.
Or potentially slowly decrease until we give the payment what, so it's 1,000 gold to fix this place. Would having people like children sweep it out, clear cobwebs, do things that obviously the children are not fixing the third broken stair, but they also, we're still paying laborers to clean out the bad pantry.
Right.
They could throw things away.
I understand what you're asking. What I will say to that is most of these floors would need to be replaced anyways. It would not contribute markedly enough when everything needs to be repainted, re-wallpapered, replastered, refloored, re-everything. Basically,
now, second question, but finish, please. I'm sorry.
Now, whether or not they would reduce ongoing labor of the tavern itself, it would be so marginal that it wouldn't actually make a difference.
Minuscule, that doesn't matter. But would we, if we employed these three, I don't want to call them urchins. I want to call them like this junior adventurers guild. If we employed this junior adventurers guild, does it decrease our likelihood of doing the Castellaner job, coming back, and there being someone else in our goddamn house?
We're not gonna know.
Does it preserve, because this has been an empty building, right? This has been
we're not gonna know.
I know we don't know. I'm asking Sean, who knows everything.
And that's gonna be my answer. You have no idea.
Yes.
We don't know.
It's gonna be on a roll of the dice when we come back from this mission.
I would like to give these people the second floor bedroom with bunk beds. I would like to give these kids the ability to stay here with the roof over their heads and take care of the place while we go out and secure the funds to fix it up. And so it's better than being out in the elements.
Will get us the funds. Wait,
sure, it will.
For the urchins, then? If we get the funds, because then we're gonna just get that started while we're off on the mission.
Well, but I think there's a time passage, but also they can be our. They're not a part of the guilds. They can be our agents in that process. We've got the funds. We're going to start this thing. But it would be nice to have somebody that could send us we can give them an additional like 10 gold, send us a paper bird. Hey, they're putting jacuzzis in every room.
Godrick. No, Godrick, I need you to understand this. They rob us blind, I'm taking your tail as a souvenir. That's all I'm going to say.
That's fine.
That's just
I have a hard time figuring out what fun narrative that is for D&D. So I'm pretty confident that at least it will be fun to discover what happens with them when we get back.
Yes.
So, do you want us to send the note or not?
Yes. Okay. I've written it.
What does it say?
Yeah, the Castellaner note? Yeah.
What does it say in brief?
Daerwyn, are you okay? We're the three of us, and also I have David's tacit agreement. Castellaners, that's our play, right, for right now. And you've assured me that this doesn't disqualify me from in the future being a Harper or engaging in Harper-esque activities. I think that's the play that I would like to go for. Send that bird.
Jess, what in brief does the note say?
We are interested in your offer. We would like to meet to discuss.
Okay. They take.
But also, Jess, like in particular, in the park, close to us,
out in the sunlight.
In the well, we don't say in the sunlight. We just say we're meeting in a park, right? Like, come and hang out with us in this park. Yeah.
Yeah,
right?
we've arranged a meeting point. We've arranged to meet us here on this day at this time.
Daerwyn, are you okay with that? Like, surface level test of
For the cast lanterns?
vampirism? Yeah.
Yes. Sean, question.
Mhm.
I was just going through. Do I have Hunter's Mark, correct?
Mhm.
Can I use Hunter's Mark on Nat?
Mm-hmm.
Can I do that?
Yep.
That's it.
So it gives you advantage on tracking her. Right?
Yeah.
Ooh.
What's the duration?
Hold on, my
It's a combat spell, so it can't be that long.
Hunter's Mark is longer than Hex because it explicitly has the tracking ability. But I think
it's only an hour. Just kidding. It's only an hour.
double check for me though. As at higher levels, at the bottom of that spell, it should say at higher levels does it increase the duration?
I don't think Hunters.
Okay.
Up to 8.
So
up to 5th level or higher, I can do it for 24.
For 24 hours. Okay. So yeah, that's the level gating on.
Okay, just kidding.
Mark. Okay. So they run off. But Hunter's Mark would at least give you an idea of which direction they're going, whether or not they're running off. To
Okay, then sure, I'll cast it on that.
Okay. Go ahead.
Is it subtle though?
Well, it doesn't. I mean,
because you said,
but she's doing it as
it doesn't matter. But you said with detect magic that it was a casting
with detect good, with detect evil and good,
or evil and good. Yeah, but I just want to know.
But they're running away.
I also have the option.
They're running away,
yeah.
so they can't see if I'm making any hand.
Yeah. So the best way to do it, check the components on your spells. If it has components on your spells that are anything other than verbal, right?
Mine's verbal.
Yeah. So that's just literally speaking a word. So
we're seeing them scamper down the alley, and she's saying something after them, and they don't perceive that because they're all running away.
Yeah, because the range on
I
that
was
is
not
60
Joe.
feet.
I was absolutely not saying that you can't do that. I'm just trying to.
I know.
Because I have so many things that are vocal. That,
the trick with
that came up at the opera house that I'm trying to make sure I don't.
The trick with spells. The trick with spells to figure it out is look at the components. Verbal means that you just have to speak. Somatic means you have to wave your arms like a crazy person. And material means you have to either have a wand, a component pouch, or a physical object in your hand.
Right.
So depending on the physical object will change on what that is. Friends, for example, is running makeup across your eye. Mage armor is a strip of leather. Fireball is bat guano and sulfur, right? So it's it's all going to be different depending on what spells. If you pull out bat guano and sulfur at a dinner party, people are going to notice. If you grab the strip of leather for mage armor that you keep on your belt,
people are going to know. Yeah.
Right. So it all depends on the nature of that. But that's a good spot to close it. We will pick up with the Castlanters next week.
Be great.
Okay. Cool.
I love this Orphan introduction too because I was afraid of like getting into. I really didn't want to accept whatever. I didn't want to get into whatever contract negotiation it was with the three of us.
David. Yeah.
And so even though I know David is gonna also say Castlanters, like that was so much fun. And I want these orphans. I want these orphans. I want the ragamuffins. I want them.
Full disclosure, we are going to have a intermission session or a interlude session with David hopefully between David in the chat. All right, All right, I'm here. Are we starting soon?
Yes.
Hey, David.
Round 2, let's go.
It's the Castellaners.
This is 5.5 hours.
This is halfway through.
We could
Three more
Let's
hours.
go.
David, either pop into Discord or call me, and we'll discuss the next.
Please come into Discord because we're gonna talk after this.
All right, cool. Well, that's where we'll call it. Let me go to this lovely end screen. That is here somewhere.
Bye, everybody. Thank you for watching. Watch on YouTube. We're transitioning off of Twitch.
Yes. Please.
YouTube is better.
Please.
Please watch us on YouTube. Leave your comments there.